young and strong, hearts united we belong. हिम्मत से हौसले से आगे बढ़े अपनी राह पे. No fear, no doubt, we break through. हर मुश्किल का हल है तू. Stay patient, push ahead. With hope and strength we'll be led. SYM, let's go. Feel the power, let it rain. Optimism, dreams take flight. हम मिलके चमकेंगे bright.
Woo! Welcome to SYM 2026 May edition. How's everyone feeling tonight? Good? That's it? How's the Josh? Come on. How's the Josh? How's the Josh? All right, good. We got a fantastic SYM tonight, so we're very excited to get started. But before we do, we want to welcome all of you. So thank you all for physically coming in person, and we want to thank all the Munders for joining us online. All right, let's get started. So we're going to start with the trivia question. And the first question, it's a trial run. What is today's theme? Don't peek. What's the theme for today? What? Diamonds are forever, right? Diamonds are forever. All right, beautiful. All right, now today's trivia question is, what are the 5 C's of a diamond? We're going to learn a lot about the people who know the answer to this question. It'll tell us a lot about them. Anyone know what the 5 C's are of a diamond? Any one of them? Carbon? No. Close, but not it. Not carbon. Carrot. Who said carrot? All right, we got wonderful prize today. We're giving out diamond rings today. You're our first lucky winner. All right, carrot. Next one. Clarity. All right, that's our second one. Very good. He hit the first time. All right, we got carrot, clarity. What else? Crystal? No, it's not crystal. Color. We got color. Cut. There you go. And what's the last one? What is it? Cost. Cost. That's a good answer. Good answer. Not cost. This one is a tough one. Anyone know it? Crack? No. Hopefully not crack. Carbon? No, not carbon. I think someone just said it. No, not crystallization. It's certification. Certification. You got to get your diamond certified. We'll give this one out to our lucky winner there anyway. All right, awesome. All right, our next trivia question is, what are the 5 P's of a pencil? Carbon? P. Point. Very good. I don't have any more rings to give out. All right, point. Anything else? Price. No, I'm just kidding. This doesn't exist. We're just making this up. There's no 5 P's of pencil, all right? But we have a pencil and we have a diamond. These are two different objects, right? Am I wrong? Very different. Pencil, let's talk about it. Pencil is made of graphite, right? It's easily breakable. We use it to write with. Anything else? Conducts electricity. Diamond is very valuable. It's extremely strong, maybe the world's strongest substance or element or object. Very valuable, beautiful, right? Now looking at these two objects, they're very different. Are there any similarities between these two? Both are made of carbon. You guys have nailed it. These guys are all taking chemistry class. Beautiful. They're both made of carbon. But then why are they different? How could a pencil and a diamond both be made of carbon, but they're so different? One is easily breakable and one is indestructible. What is it that does that? There you go, you got it. It's the bonds between the atoms. The bonds between the atoms. If we look at graphite within a pencil, the bonds are there. The same carbon atoms are there, but the bonds are very weak. They're layered in a flat array, and they're connected. but they're very weak. Whereas the carbon bonds in a diamond, they're extremely strong, they're extremely tight, and that's what makes this diamond indestructible. They're the same building blocks, but the bonds are different, and that's what makes a diamond indestructible where a pencil is very destructible. So in today's SYM, we're going to talk about how to establish such strong bonds. But wait, looking in this room, we already have these strong bonds. If I look at each and every one of us, we have strong bonds amongst us. Let me ask one question. How many of us know someone in this room that has cooked for us? Cooked for us, not only cooked for us, but 5, 10, 15, 20 people. Raise your hand. Look at that, all of us. How many of us know someone in this room that has given us a ride? It could even be here to today's SYM. Raise your hand. All of us. How many of us have spoken to someone in this room about our personal problems? We've gone to them to talk about some issue we've had, whether it's with our work, it's with something at home, something going on in our life. How many of us? Raise our hand. Okay. Now think of those same people. Are we related to those people? Are we blood related to those people? No. Did we grow up with those people? No. Do we live in close proximity to those people? No. So if we're not blood related, we haven't known them our entire life, and we don't live too close to them, how is it that we're related? What is the bond that is connecting all of us? So for that, we're going to call upon Rajbhai and Meghbhai to share more about the bonds that connect all of us. Let's give them a warm round of applause.
Thank you, Samanvay. I want to ask you one question, that when was the last time someone had done something to you? Was it a good feeling or a bad feeling? Or vice versa, you had done something to someone. So let's find out. Everyone, can you put on your phones and scan the QR code on the screen? We'll go through few scenarios together.
We also have a Wi-Fi if you guys want to try that out if your network's spotty.
So we'll have the question in a minute.
All right, ready? These are open-ended questions. You can choose the option that you would actually be doing in the scenario rather than Samanvay's question which had correct answers. So choose the ones that you would be actually following, okay?
Can we have the first question on the screen? It is a hot summer afternoon and all your roommates are in their rooms. You ordered the last mangoes of the season, which are perfectly ripe, and nobody knows that they have arrived. What do you do? Your options are, पहले एक mango खा लो, फिर सोचा जाए क्या करना है. Take the box to your room and don't let anyone know. Or hide a few mangoes for yourself in the fridge. Or gather everyone so you can eat all together.
राज भाई मेरे को तो ये जो सबसे कम है वो मैं चूज करता क्योंकि आई ऑर्डर्ड द मैंगोज सो आई माइट एज वेल जस्ट टेक इट इन माय रूम बाद में फिर आई विल हैव वन एवरी डे आई वुड चूज द सेकंड वन
Oh, we are getting more votes for gather everyone so you can eat all together.
Nah, that's not gonna happen.
But we are also getting 18 votes for पहले एक mango खा लो फिर सोचा जाए. That's also right. Because एक bachelor भाई क्या करेगा? वो एक मैंगो भी खुद अकेला खा नहीं सकता है. स्ट्रगल तो उसके लाइफ में ऑलरेडी है, असाइनमेंट्स है, डेडलाइंस है, और एक मैंगो के लिए भी उसको शेयर करना पड़े.
Okay, let's move on to the next scenario. Your roommate is returning home from college at 10 p.m. and he's dead tired, okay? Sabji is already made. You made the sabji. And rotis are over. What would you do? The options are, pretend you did not do the math and go to sleep so that you don't have to cook rotis for him. Text him while he's on the way. Bhai, roti nahi hai, kuch aur kha lena. Prepare and serve fresh hot rotis. And the last one is, wait for him to arrive and say, bhai, aa gaya, sabzi ready hai, रोटी बना के खा ले.
Maybe I like the option pretend you did not do the math. I would pretend that I did not do anything
I don't
and I'll go to sleep.
I don't know why the audience does not seem to be agreeing with us, because I see that most of us would do the first one, because it usually happens when you're living with like 5, 6 people. You don't count well. You say someone will eat 4, someone will eat 5.
We are getting votes for wait for him to arrive and say, "Bhai aa gaya, sabzi ready hai, roti bana ke kha le." Really, bro.
Well, I see in the both situations, people would actually help their roommates out.
But we also have like prepare and serve fresh rotis for everyone.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
We are finding atmiyata between us. They are already atmiyata. They already have atmiyata in them. Yeah. So let us also dive into one prasang. So let me take you to a small village named Asoj. There was a young boy named Prabhudas. Every time when he used to step out from his house, he used to go to the kitchen, pick up khari and sing, and he used to fill his both pockets full. Now nobody had asked him to do it. Nor did his mother, neither did his friends. But while leaving from his house, he used to keep everyone in his mind before stepping out. Now, after he walks to the village gate, all of his friends would sit down together. And he also used to sit down and until each and every friend used to come. And then he used to bring everything out from his pocket to the middle. So now, think of this situation. Like, nobody asked him to do this. He filled his pockets. He had filled his pocket with khari and sing. While now this one detail changes everything. That when he was in the kitchen, preparing to get that khari and sing in his pocket, right? He already has had the thought of everyone, that each and every friend in his mind, that let me put everything in my pocket before leaving out, right? Most of us also share, but only when we have something extra or something where it's more convenient or where someone had asked us to do it. But Atmiyata doesn't wait to be asked. Atmiyata fills the pocket before leaving home.
Yeah, I agree, Rajbhai. So now that I think about it, yesterday when you came to pick me up, I was having my mouth was filled with, I was eating a kachori. I just rushed, grabbed one because I was going to have a late dinner. I just rushed, but I did not bring it for you. But this prasang actually, so Prabhudas Bhai's first instinct was to bring something for everyone. So that is truly, truly inspiring. That is what Atmiyata is at the very base level.
Can we have a next question? So everyone be on your slide, be on the same website. So,
Okay, so FIFA fans in the house. Can I hear from FIFA fans? No FIFA fans in the house? Nah. Okay. So all your roommates are very hardcore, die-hard FIFA fans. World Cup tickets go on sale, and only 3 are left. You're in the queue, and what would you do? Okay, so the options are: suggest canceling the whole plan, and then secretly book your own tickets. Because just 3 tickets, you're not going to be able to accommodate everyone. Split into 2 groups. 3 go to this match, 4 go to another match. Third option, book 3 tickets and tell the rest, yaar TV pe dekh lo, atmosphere same hi hota hai. And the last one, which I think most of you have selected, is that nobody goes. If we cannot go together, we do not go.
we are getting few votes for split into 2 groups. Think about if I would be there, I would just go for the Brazil, Argentina, and the rest of them maybe for Uzbekistan and Jordan.
I don't even know where those countries are, but sure. That's another way to go for it. Can we have the next question?
So your friends are planning for a group vacation. Everyone is excited, but slowly you realize that the trip might be too expensive for the half the group who are not working. What would you do? So you and your 3 closest friends book immediately. Others can join if they want. Or suggest splitting into two groups, those who can afford joins, others plan a cheaper option. Convince everyone to manage, yaar, zindagi na milegi dobara. As an bachelor, I would say that I would convince everyone, yaar, zindagi na milegi dobara, you'll only live one. Or you replan the trip to be smaller, closer and affordable, but together.
You know, when we just look at the situation, sometimes it feels very easy to just replan the trip to be smaller. But if we think about it, let's say I have roommates who are not working at the moment or they're looking for jobs, and I'm planning a trip to California. So that becomes, and I've like planned everything. I've planned rooms, I've planned hotels. I'm just ready to pay. And at that time, it feels that, you know what, we are gonna go. You guys can plan a smaller trip. That's very easy to say, right? But Prabhudas Bhai would not do that. If Prabhudas Bhai was in this situation, he was actually in a similar situation when he was young, in his teenage years. His brother-in-law, Manilal, gave him a Chinese Bosky shirt. So this shirt is a very expensive shirt, and it would be clearly evident that he's separate from his friends. He's better off. Just for context, Prabhudas Bhai came from a very affluent middle-class Gujarati family. But he had friends from all different financial backgrounds. So he did not want himself to stand out. And what Prabhudas Bhai did after receiving the shirt was very, not something that anyone would naturally do. He ripped the shirt, he made it dirty, and then he went to play kabaddi with his friends. When he comes back home, he himself tells Manilal, ke aa hun kabaddi ramma gyo ne, ema this shirt got messy and it got torn, right? And so it would be better if you don't give me these expensive shirts. I'm better off wearing my older plain white shirt. So we can see that Prabhudas Bhai lived his entire life so that no one would feel distant from him. He believed that Atmiyata is shortening every distant I, every distance between his friends, that I or mine or something that you hold close to your heart creates from others. Atmiyata is something that makes us one.
Right, Meg Bhai. Because giving is easy, but giving up is hard. Anyone can share food, but to give up the upgrade where nobody around you feels the gap, that's the question which Atmiyata asked. And Prabhudas Bhai, he did not answer with his words, and nor did he answer with his speech, but he did answer with his torn t-shirt. So I would say with it, and a request for something much simpler, right? To get a much simpler shirt rather than having that Chinese Bosky's t-shirt with him.
And that Prabhudas Bhai is none other than our Guru Hari Hari Prasad Swamiji Maharaj. He has showered all of us with his Atmiya Sabandh for 92 years. And I am very fortunate to have gotten a chance to experience this with a couple of smrutis from my life. I would like to share one of them with you. I was around 10 years old, and around that time, Swamiji was very strict about kids not watching movies and not wasting their time. So I had gotten a chance to meet with Swamiji, but just before I went, a friend of mine had seen Swamiji. And Swamiji asked him, do you watch movies? And that, my friend, he said yes. એટલે સ્વામીજીનો એક કાન પકડ્યો અને એવી જોરદાર પ્રસાદી આપી. Now, if anyone in the audience has had that prasadi, they would know that how that feels. I had seen that, and I was I wanted to meet him, but I was terrified at the moment. મારા માઇન્ડમાં એ ચાલ્યું કે સ્વામીજી મને નહીં પૂછતા કે મૂવી જોવે છે કે નહીં, મને નહીં પૂછતા મૂવી જોવે કે નહીં. So then I go to Swamiji. And of course, the first question he asks is, do you watch movies? At that time, I did not have it in me to lie in front of Swamiji because I knew that જૂઠું બોલીશ તો વધારે problem છે. I just nodded yes. So the next question he asked was unexpected. He said, Ketli. I did not have a number in my head. I just randomly said 7, 8. So then he asked me, Varasma? Now I did not know exact, વધારે જ હશે એનથી 7, 8 થી વધારે જ જોતો હતો. એટલે I just said no. And then Swamiji pulled me close. Then he hugged me. He said કે આપણાથી આટલી બધી movies ના જોવાય. Now he had given this agnya to everyone. Me being at AVM, I had heard this agnya so many times. I would have easily forgotten this smruti. But the next sentence he said is what made me remember that interaction with Swamiji to this day. He told me કે આપણે એવું કરીએ તો આપણી 3 season છે, ચોમાસું, શિયાળો અને ઉનાળો, ત્રણેય સિઝનની એક મૂવી જોવાની ચાલે? So at that time, that conversation struck such a bond between me and Swamiji that I remember that smruti to this day. સ્વામીજીએ આત્મીયતાથી જે સૂચન આપ્યા કર્યું એમના આખા જીવન દરમિયાન કેટલા બધા સૂચન આપ્યા છે. I may not have followed even 1% of it, but he kept showering his love on me. So today I would like to pray unto the lotus feet of Swamiji કે તમે આ જે આત્મીયતાનું ઋણ અમારા માથે ચડાવ્યું છે એ ઋણ ચૂકવી તો શકાશે નહીં, પણ તમે જેવું આત્મીયતાનું દર્શન કરાવ્યું છે એમાંથી થોડુંક અમે ઇન્સ્પિરેશન લઈને આત્મીય એકબીજા અમારા હરિભક્તો જોડે, રૂમમેટ્સ જોડે, યુવકો જોડે આત્મીય થઈ શકે એ જ પ્રાર્થના સજાનંદ સ્વામી મહારાજની છે.
All right. Thank you, Megmai. Thank you, Rajbhai, for that beautiful presentation. Some of those questions were quite tough. Thinking about them, they're easy to answer, but in those situations, they're quite difficult to handle. Prabhudas Bhai, at the age of just 6, the prasangs that they shared, Singdana, something as simple as Singdana, and not something that you enjoy alone, but to take that with you and share it with others, to share that anand. That was Prabhudas Bhai's Atmiyata. Prabhudas Bhai, a little bit later, receives a t-shirt, something that would make him stand out. But he didn't want that. He didn't want to stand out from his friends. So he ripped his shirt to ensure that he stayed amongst his friends, so that he could be one with his friends. That was Prabhudas Bhai's Atmiyata. Swamiji, when giving Meghbhai an agna, Swamiji didn't just give the agna. He came to Meghbhai's level and he shared that agna. That agna is something that Meghbhai cherishes even today. That's something that he'll remember for the rest of his life. Now, Swamiji has taught us that Atmiyata is that bond. And how do we utilize that is also critical. Now today, we have the book club. And they're going to talk about a book that is really relevant to what we're talking about today, connecting with others. Now this book was written in 1936, about 90 years ago. It sold over 30 million copies, and even this year, it sold over 250,000 copies. How's that possible? It's because no matter what AI comes out or what technology comes out, connections, bonds, our connections and our bonds with each other, that is what keeps that happiness. That is the true joy and anand in our life. So without further ado, let's call the book club upon the stage to share some insights on the book that they've read this month.
Sajanand Swami Maharaj Nijay. So, very good theme today. Sapan Bhai made a lot of good points. Raj Bhai, Megh Bhai, they had a very good session on Atmiyata. Before we get into the book, the one thing that I think Sapan Bhai left off with is that, we're going to have a lot of AI sessions. We've been seeing a lot of them. In terms of technical skills, it's easy for us to now educate ourselves. AI can replace a lot of what we initially had struggles with. There's a lot of help these days. But there is one aspect in terms of soft skills that I believe from a physical standpoint, AI cannot replace. And that's where this book comes in. Dale Carnegie in 1936, almost 100 years ago, wrote this book. And it's sold about, what, 50, 30, 40, 50 million copies. It's been transcribed in 30 different languages. It's just a book about, as the name suggests, how to win friends and influence people. That in this day and age, he had the vision at that point of time that there are times where your connection with people is going to help you more. Maybe he saw it at the time that technology is going to be there to replace a lot of the stuff that we do from a technical standpoint. But is there a way where you can make a good first impression? You can win over people. You can story tell. You can just be a good person to be pleasant, a pleasant person to be around. And then that's what got us to reading this book. There's 4 main sections. The first section is about how to handle people. The second one is how to make people like you. The third section is how to win people. And then the last one is how to change people in very subtle ways, and then how to be a good leader. So there's a lot of good content in this book. So just by a show of hands, how many people have read this book? It is a bit of a famous book. Okay, so there's a few hands. Highly recommend it. So there's a lot of good content. We may not have the time to cover everything, but we'll try our best to at least extract key things that we have found to be insightful. And we have Bansi and Krutart Bhai today that we'll try to have a good dialogue and at least walk away with some good points. So the first thing that I found really intriguing in this book is how Dale talks about being a genuine person and taking a genuine interest in people. And the reason I say that is because as we move on, as times are changing, at least in my eyes, the way I sometimes act is very transactional, where I do something in the hopes of getting something in return. And that's kind of on top of my mind every single day. But then this topic, in terms of taking a genuine interest in people, regardless of what they can or cannot do for you, is something that really, really stood out to me out of the many other sections that I read. So that's just a thought. I would love to listen to maybe Bansi yourself and then Krutart by you as well.
I think it's a great point. There's this concept of utility, and many of us as individuals, it's always about getting what we want, right? So these relationships, they become transactional. And I think one of the things that if we all kind of think about the most powerful relationships that we have, the most powerful interactions we have, it came down to a time when somebody went above and beyond. It wasn't just a one-time transaction. They remembered your name, they remembered a story you told them, they remembered what it is that you're doing as a career, where you are in life, how your family is, little details that they capture that you felt, oh wow, that person actually listened to me. So there's this big concept of being heard, right? So listening, it's something we'll get into, but those are powerful interactions that there's truly no substitute for.
So growing up, I grew up in India, like most of us here. And to tell you the truth, like the population is so much that it's always competitive. You're always fighting for #1 rank. You're fighting to be best in sports. And in that competitive environment, if someone's taking a genuine interest in you, that's a superpower. I kid you not, on my 12th grade results, I got more calls than I get on my birthday. That is the reality, because people are not interested in you, even though they show. It's something that we call panchat. Kevu challenge, majama? But they're not actually interested in you. Su karu je, ketla marks aiva, koni સાથે ફરે છે, but that's not genuine interest. So in that environment, if someone's genuinely taking interest, I'll be floored.
And it's a good point. It's very touching, right? Because surface level relationships, they're not strong anymore. You see the person, they ask, let's say they get a detail about you wrong, they've kind of already lost you at that moment.
Maybe. Right now, like most of the relationships are formed online. So I don't even know if that's genuine or not.
And so I have a colleague, right? And every time we talk, he's 60, 65 years old. He was ex-army. one of his traits, which I really like, is he'll always ask me, "Hey, forget about work and stuff. How's married life?" He just realized, he found out that I got married in December, and he's like, "How's married life? What do you do for fun, right? How was your day like yesterday? How was your weekend?" And you know that it's not just small talk, because it's just me and him. So that way, he just is such a pleasant person to be around, and it's not because of these questions, but you know that when I talk to him, he genuinely wants to know. He's genuinely interested, which I think makes him stand apart. So every time I'm in the office now, I make it a point to go and at least talk to him. So it's very subtle, but you see that, okay.
Wait, 1 second. Are you genuinely interested in him, though?
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. And that's what I'm working on when I talk to him, that, hey, I try to reciprocate, but I think he's done this for a long time and he's really good at it because he genuinely wants to know about my story. But I'm hoping that at some point of time, given our conversations, given what he's saying in this book, right, that the point is that you just become a pleasant person when you actually put aside all of your thoughts and then you actually just take interest in what the person is telling you.
But naturally, you're drawn towards him because
Yes,
of this.
100%.
And he's, in many aspects, won you over as a person.
Yes, yes. So now if I tell him something or if he tells me something, I won't even question it. So if he tells me, hey, we got to get this done, even if it's late, even if it's beyond my scope, I'll try my best to help him out. And that's what I'm saying, that this, in the long term, matters more in your careers, in your personal life, at Mandir, wherever you go, where if you become a genuine person that is good to be around, you have a long-lasting impact on the people that you interact with on a day-to-day basis. It becomes less of a transaction and more of a long-term, sustainable bond, a relationship that hopefully goes on and on.
So, do you think that if he had ulterior motives,
Yes.
you'd be able to sense it?
Yes, I would, easily. Like, I have sensed that many a times as well, that you know that somebody's trying to butter you up just so that they need something done. And I think everyone here can now, I believe, sense it. And that is what kind of sets him apart, is because he doesn't have that ulterior motive.
And naturally, you may do it once, right? They may flatter you, you'll do it once, you'll do it twice. Eventually, you pick up on the fact that this person only comes to me when they need something.
Yes.
And in school, we call it the person who seeks utility. It's, they need you, then they're gone. They need you again, they come back, and then they don't need you again, they're gone. And naturally, it's not a long-lasting.
I mean, people catch up to it, right? I mean, it's about what kind of a person do you want to be? Do you want to be the person that gets stuff done just by using or being the person of utility, or do you want to be the person that gets stuff done by being good at relationships as well? I think that is what his point was, that it's very easy to get stuff done, but how can you get stuff done by winning people over and by being a genuinely interesting person?
And so one of the aspects of becoming genuinely interested in somebody is this aspect of listening.
Right.
And rather than talk about it myself, we have this video of a famous author, Simon Sinek, who explains the impact that listening can have in this battle to win somebody over.
So let's take a look at that video and then we can maybe dive into that as well.
So listening is not the act of hearing the words spoken. It is the art of understanding the meaning behind those words. When people say, you're not listening to me, and we simply parrot back the words that they were said, congratulations, your ears work. That is the act of listening. But the art of listening is creating an environment in which the other person feels heard. Now, you notice what I said there. The other person, and I used an emotional word, feels, right? I don't want to know that you heard the words. I want to feel heard, feel seen. I want to feel understood. And that is a learnable, practicable skill. So there are many parts of it. It's things like replacing judgment with curiosity, right? That's a hard thing to do. We're a pretty judgy group, right? To be curious why someone has a point of view. It's creating a safe space for someone to, as my friend Dia Khan calls it, empty the bucket. So even if we find what they're saying just reprehensible, right? You're never going to be able to actually have dialogue until at least one of the parties gets the opportunity to say everything without judgment. And as she calls it, emptying the bucket. And once somebody feels like they've completely said everything, then they're more apt to listen to you. But usually what we do is we defend, or we litigate, or we interrupt, We point out flaws in logic, which is just frustrating. And when you point out some flaws in somebody's logic, because we're all imperfect when we speak, and we all choose the wrong words at various times. And that's not what I meant. You know what I meant, is what we have to say. Well, what if you know what you meant? Then why don't you say what you... You can see how this spirals. But it's things like when somebody says something, you know, and there's really easy ways to do it. Things like, go on, tell me more. What else? And they keep talking. And you go quiet, they fill the space. And, tell me more. Go on. And eventually, it's all out. And then there's a safe space for you to respond and express yourself in a constructive way. But that's correct. We do not teach listening. And listening is the way to create, to build trust with someone.
So Simon, in 2.5 minutes, summarized the art of listening, something that Dale Carnegie gets into this book also. Now, some of the keywords that I caught on, which I'm hoping you guys did too, is he spoke about judgment, that we're a judgy group. He spoke about defending. He spoke about litigating, right? He spoke about all of this, and he said that just because you hear someone doesn't really mean that you're listening to them. So, I mean, I have my own thoughts, but I don't know, Bansi, Krutadbhai, what you think about what he just mentioned?
So when I try to listen to someone, I interact with a lot of people. The one challenge that I face is I lack empathy. It's like if someone's saying, oh, I cannot wake up early in the morning. I'm like, yeah, go to sleep early. Vella sui jao. But to uthi jawa se. Because it's very simplistic solution. कि कोई के मारू वजन ओछू न थतुं तो के ओछू खाओ. So because you read these books and it's like if you want to be happy, be. That's like Leo Tolstoy's. So I'm not able to understand the other person's point of view, and I just respond. But now I'm realizing that that other person is sharing these things. He knows that the solution lies in these simplistic things, and yet he cannot do it. And yet he's sharing. So I have to fully understand why he's sharing that. I have to be in his shoes. And then, if needed, I respond.
Building off of that, the thing that I struggle with is letting people finish. Sometimes...
Are you sure? Sorry.
They want to just get out everything that they have in their head. It's not getting straight to the solution, right? So somebody wants to talk to you, they want to feel heard. They want to finish what it is that they're saying without being interrupted or jumping straight to a solution. And I struggle with that, and that's something that I'm working on, and honestly, an aspect of myself that, came to mind when reading this piece of the book.
And also, Simon says this in his own books. I think Dale touched upon it as well. The one thing that I believe stops me is the inner noise. There's a concept called inner noise, where when you're talking to somebody, you're so engrossed in your own thoughts that you're not able to put that aside and listen to the other person without any expectations and with your full attention. And I'll give you one example. I think we were out, my wife and I were out just a few days, and my phone, we were getting lunch, and my phone was up there, and I saw a couple emails pop up, and I saw a call going into missed call, and I saw a message pop up. So these 4 things happened within a span of, let's say, 20 seconds. Now, immediately, my mind was preoccupied, and I was not able to give her the full attention. So things like that, when I listen to what Simon Sinek had to say, when I listen to what Dale had to say, is there a way where I can just isolate myself for a bit, let go of my own thoughts, be able to empathize, be fully present in a way that I'm doing justice to the person that I'm with? And I can tell you that, slowly but surely, these are techniques that we can learn, and there is no better way of us to motivate ourselves than to look at the lives of Swamiji, Prabodh Swami, our Bhagavati Kishanji as well, who have been a proud subject of being on the receiving end of selfless love, right? So I think these are examples that we have on a day-to-day basis that do justice to all of what we just heard today and what in this book as well.
100%. There was a study done by Santo. Swamiji has interacted with over 1 million people. That's not normal. And out of that, at least people in 6 figures they feel that Swamiji Mara છે. It's because in the world of what can you do for me, his motto was, what can I do for you? And he also said, this is one of the many things that he has said, કે મારો એક સ્વભાવ છે કે તમે મને મળવા આવો કે ના આવો, હું સામનેથી તમને મળવા આવીશ. So today I've seen so many people not able to confide things to their friends, to their families, but they confide things to Swamiji. Because he's taken a genuine interest in them. Prabodh Swamiji is doing the same thing. એમને કીધું કે મારે 5 વર્ષ બધાના આંસુ લૂછવા છે. So he's not talking about himself at all. And that's why people are drawn to him. People are drawn to these people, entities. And it's very rare that he's passing these things to us and we are learning from them.
Because there's genuine interest and he will listen no matter what. And you see that on a day-to-day basis. Now, I know we're running out of time, but a really important concept that we'd like to just shed some light on is one of our favorites as well, is not arguing with people. Because he says you can never win an argument. This is something that is very profound, because on a day-to-day basis, there is always this need of letting the other person know where you come from, proving them wrong, stroking your own ego. But he says that that is a complete no-no, because what he says is that you may win the argument, but to a certain extent, you may lose the person. So then the question is
100%.
Is it really worth it?
Yeah, if you like, if the lesson was that you need to argue, the book title would be How to Lose Friends and Infuriate People.
Right.
Because nobody likes someone who bickers all the time.
Right.
Naturally, we're drawn away from people that disagree with us, and it's never pleasant to be told that you're wrong.
Right. So it's like, my only question then is it wrong to then engage in discussions with a different set of ideas, a different perspective, in terms of, it shouldn't be an argument, but is it wrong to at least have a free flow of ideas?
The key point that the author mentions here is focusing on what is right rather than who is right. And we see it in companies and places where dissent is welcome. A company like McKinsey. McKinsey has what is called the obligation to dissent, a culture of the obligation to dissent, where it is your duty to come forward and disagree if you feel strongly, but that obviously comes from a work standpoint. And so you're chasing what is right rather than who is right, and there are obviously respectful ways to do that.
So the point then is that if you're doing something to prove the other person wrong, if you're doing something to stroke your ego, he's saying steer away from that. But if you're doing it for a common cause, to come to a conclusion in terms of what is right, in a way that serves the overall goal, then it is okay. That's the differentiating factor, I believe, is what Dale was trying to get to. And Bansi, what you were saying.
100%. Swamiji has also mentioned this. He said, હું સાચો છું, હું સમજુ છું, આ એક રોગ છે. So I'd like to put a radical statement out here that everything that we learn from these books,
Right.
Swamiji and Prabodh Swamiji has already said in their goshtis and have demonstrated it in their lives. So people can disagree or even argue, but this is my point of view.
No, I agree. I mean, I think all the books that we've taken so far, and we've come to the conclusion from this very stage that all of these concepts is something, or are something that Swamiji, Guru Hari, our Bhagavadis, that they've instilled in us for the past many, many decades.
So just to conclude that this book, it's not about manipulation. It's not about like winning friends and influencing people for our own gain. It's just about being a good person, a pleasant person to be around, and by taking genuine interest, by listening, and not being obnoxious, as in unpleasant, by arguing, we can win friends and we can influence people.
And that, along with the technical skills, is going to make you unstoppable, I guess is what Dale was trying to get to.
Especially in this world of AI.
So with that, thank you again. I know 20 minutes goes by really fast, but we have AI that's coming up next in nice session on co-work. So we'll invite the next speaker to come on board.
Sajanand Swami Maharaj Nija. How are you guys? How's everyone feeling? So today, welcome to ACC Career Campus. Can you guys tell me what are you seeing on the screen? Yeah, everyone is familiar with Claude. We are using it every day with all the queries. We just put in our questions, it gives us responses, and we are happy. Right? Day in, day out, we are using this every day. But this is just scratching the surface of the AI. We are just using the 5% of the AI. And AI chat has its own limitation. So what are the alternatives, right? So one such alternative is AI agents. Now comes the question, what is agents, right? So imagine, how many of you are like IPL fans? Everyone watches IPL, right? So consider this. To run an IPL, there has to be multiple teams, right? The marketing team, sponsoring team, cricketing team, logistic team, travel team, transport team, all those things. They have to work together. They all have their own responsibilities. They come up, they, they come up together and deliver the IPL, right? Consider those as an agents. So, so what's the main difference between AI chat and AI agents? So in AI chat, you ask, it answers, and it acts. And with agents, you set a goal, it acts, it plans, and then delivers. With AI chat, there's always a limitation. There's a constraints about the file size, file context, and number of files you can upload. But with AI agents, there is little to no limitation on context and files. So presenting you to, so we are presenting co-work today in ACC. So let's see this interface of co-work. So that's how the co-work look like. If you have downloaded Claude app, there are 3 sections. There's chat, there's co-work, and code. So today we are covering co-work. So last week, I was working and I was in the office, and I'm currently working on a product, and we have like a lot of PPTs, PDFs, designs, everything in one directory. And in the afternoon, my manager asked like, hey Siddharth, can you make this a nice PPT about this product, and I want to deliver that PPT to senior leadership. So I'm not going to go through all the PPTs, PDF, and stuff, right? So what I did is I gave that directory to Cowork and gave all my constraints, all the points, and asked Cowork to go through all the PPTs and create a nice a presentation and save it in a target folder. And yeah, it was done in like 10 to 15 minutes. That's it. So let me show this in a quick demo, right? So I have a folder, right? And it has like around 50 images. Let me just zoom in so everyone in the back can see. So there are 50 images. And if I want to analyze these images, if I want to upload these images onto the AI chat in the Claude, I will be restricted by just only 10 images. But in Cowork, I can just give that folder and to Cowork, and then I can just ask and do whatever I want, like analyze those images, find out the high resolution images, and just prepare Excel, and it will create Excel to the target location. So that's what Cowork does. The Cowork runs on your local machine. It has access to all the stuff that lies in your local machine. It can just pick all the context from there and create files into the target folder. So that's one use case. Let's go to another use case, right? So every day when I woke up, there are like 100 messages from iMessage. There are a few messages from Slack, as we have a team that works. We have an offshore team that works on our Indian hours. I have like 50 to 70 emails every day when I woke up, and few Telegram messages and all those stuff. So I don't have time to go through all the messages and find out like which ones are important, which ones are not important, right? And in that, and if I go through manually, I might miss a few messages. So, but this can be solved using Cowork. So Cowork has this beautiful functionality called connectors. So what you can do from connectors is you can connect all the apps that you use daily. For example, if you use Slack and Gmail on a daily basis, you can just connect them with just one toggle, right? And there are like n number of connectors that are present over here. So what I did is I connected Slack, I connected my Gmail, I connected my Outlook, and also you can connect the iMessages. So, and ran a scheduled task. So every day, consider this. Every day you wake up, there is a personal servant that comes up at 9 o'clock in the morning and tells me, hey Siddharth, these are the important messages, these are the action items you need to do, and that's how your day look like. And in that scenario, I won't miss any important messages, and I don't have to go through all the messages and mails, right? So let's do a quick demo about it. So in scheduled task, you can just click on schedule. You can create a new task, and I can just say set up manually. Over here, I just have to enter the name of that task. Let's say like morning daily brief, and get me important updates. And I already have the prompt for this. So I'll just paste it over here. I'll say like step 1, for this demo, I'll only connect with Gmail, and it will just find out all the mails that have happened in last 24 hours. It will go through all, it will sort it out according to the priority and give me a morning daily brief. So let's say I can just have this run every day. So let's say daily at 9 o'clock, and I can just save it. So I already have 2 scheduled tasks. So let's say like, let's go through that. So right now, it is going through my Gmail. It is going through all the mails that have happened in the last 24 hours. And I did not, like, even though I don't have an API knowledge, I don't need to have like a webhook knowledge, I can just connect Gmail with just my credential, and Cowork can access all those tools, bring all the data, and start working on that. Sorry. So that's another use case. How many of you are actively looking for a job right now? Oh, that's quite rough. So what we generally do to apply jobs, right? We go to the job portal, we search our jobs, search our role, go through all the roles that are available, and then go to the JD, right? Once we find out that, yeah, this role is really good. Then we'll take that JD, put it in Claude or any AI tool, give our resume. It will edit according to the JD and give us all the points, right? Next step, what we'll do, we'll paste those points into our resume and then we'll apply. What if I said that you can do all this, you can have like AI do all this work and you can just go out for a lunch or just take a nap or study something else. All these manual tasks can be done via AI and co-work. So last night what we actually did is we ran a small automation. I'll have a video over here. So we had a small automation that ran in the night. So I'm not even touching the Chrome. I'm not even touching my computer. It's all Claude Cowork who is going through the Chrome. Cowork can go through Chrome, access the pages. It can identify what all things I have to do. And the orange arrow you are seeing, that's Claude Cowork controlling my browser, searching the jobs for me, and applying the jobs according to my job description, my skills and my resume. And when this was happening, I went to the dinner for an hour, and I was able to see like 5 to 10 applications were already done by AI, and I was just enjoying my meal at dinner. So that's how powerful the co-work is. What we saw is not even like 30% or 20% of what co-work can do. There are like n number of possibilities that you guys can do. So we would encourage like go home, try out like what suits well for you, which all connectors works best for you, and how can you automate the manual task and increase your productivity and efficiency. Sajanand Swami Maharaj Nije.
How's everyone doing today? Good? Everyone's doing good? Are you guys enjoying the SYM so far? I couldn't hear that. Can I get that louder? Thank you. It's a little bit hard to hear up here. So we had a few segments so far. First, we had the group presentation. I thought that was really interesting. I liked all the scenarios. I definitely don't agree with the audience on most of the responses you guys gave. I think in the back, we were kind of saying that, I think a lot of you guys were lying, but we'll give you the benefit of the doubt on some of those. After that, we had the book club. And the book club was really interesting to me. I think a lot of those lessons are things that I wish I knew when I was starting my career. I think the message a lot of us are taught is that the more technical knowledge that we have, the farther we'll go. And that is true to an extent. But I think the more time that we spend working, we realize that the relationships that we build with people are what are truly important. And the better those relationships are, the faster and easier it is to make progress. And then after that, we had the ACC. I thought the ACC was fantastic. I use co-work a lot at work, and so it was nice to see a bit of a tutorial on how to use it just a little bit better. It's always good to save time. But now, if you guys haven't been able to notice, I've been stalling for time. The lights are pretty dark, and I can't really seem to figure out why they're so dark. I was told this lantern will be a little bit brighter, but clearly, can you guys see me, or is it a little bit dark? Okay, let me figure something out. I was told that if I press something here, something will happen.
No, that didn't work. That didn't work. Let's try on this spot, maybe. Let's try this one. Whoa. There we go. There we go. I stalled for enough time, thankfully. This segment, The Lamp That Lit 1,000 Lives, it's been a year since we've done this segment. For those of you that don't remember, I'm not going to spoil what it is, but what I do want to talk about is the month of May. What is important about May? On May 23rd, Guru Hari Hari Prasad Swamiji physically came on this earth. And for a lot of us, the fact that he came on this earth at all is the reason why we are in this room right now. I remember being a kid when Swamiji would come to America for the summer. I would be excited. And I think the book club alluded to this just a little bit, that when Swamiji came, he took personal time and spent it with me. He would ask me questions about school, what my interests were, what my hobbies were, things that nobody else seemed to care about, but Swamiji did. He took personal time out of his day to really care about everything that I was doing, and that really left a lasting impact on me. It made me feel as though Swamiji was coming here just to spend time with me. And as I grew older, I think I realized that that wasn't the case. Swamiji was coming and spending time with everybody and giving them the same exact level of care. So much so that they all felt that Swamiji was theirs and theirs alone. For so many of us, that care that happened 20 years ago maybe at this point is the reason why we can stand here. And so to commemorate that, we have this segment, The Lamp That Lit 1,000 Lives. Do you guys know who's in this photo? Not Swamiji, the person next to Swamiji. Do you guys know who this is? One person. Really? Nobody knows who this is? Anybody? Neither do I. It's okay. I have no idea who this is. But that's okay. Because even though we don't know who that is, we're very lucky and fortunate to be in the presence of somebody who does know exactly who that is. And so I'd like to call out Bhupendra uncle to share a few words about his life and his life with Swamiji.
Yes, Swaminarayan. 1972 પ્રસંગ છે સ્વામીજીનો. સોખડાના સંતો અમારી સોસાયટીમાં પધાર્યા હતા. તો અમારા પડોશીએ અમને કહેવડાવ્યું કે ભાઈ સંતો આવ્યા છે તો દર્શન કરવા પધારજો. તો પછી હું ને મારા ફાધર ને મારો બ્રધર દર્શન કરવા ગયા. તો ત્યાં ઉત્તમ સ્વામી અને બીજા સંત હતા, એ નામ સંતનું ખબર ને, ઉત્તમ સ્વામી હતા એ ખબર. ઉત્તમ સ્વામીએ બેઠા એમની જોડે અને આપણી જે 5 મૂર્તિ હોય એમાં તો છેલ્લે સ્વામીજીની હતી. તો મેં પૂછ્યું આ કોણ? તો કે અમારા ગુરુજી હરિપ્રસાદ સ્વામીજી. મેં કહું કાં બિરાજે? તો કે હરિધામ સોખડા છે. તો મને કે તમે દર્શન કરવા આવજો. મેં કહું સારું. પછી થોડા દિવસ પછી સવારે 6 વાગે ફોન આવ્યો ઉત્તમ સ્વામીનો કે અમારા સ્વામીજી ગુરુજી આપને ત્યાં થાળ કરવાની ઈચ્છા ધરાવે છે તો આવીએ. તો મેં કહું એમાં શું પૂછવાનું, આવો પધારો. ક્યારે આવશો? તો કે કાલે રાખીએ. મેં કહું વાંધો નહીં. પછી મેં પૂછ્યું શું બનાવીએ? તો કે ખીચડી બનાવજો. મેં કહું ના તમારા ગુરુજી પહેલાં મળતા બધા તો મારે ખીચડી ના બનાવવાની હોય. પછી બહુ રકઝક થઈ હતા કે આખો સ્વીટ બનાવજો. મેં કહું ના સ્વીટનું નામ આપો. તો કે સ્વામીજીને કે મગની દાળની વેડવી ભાવે છે તો એ બનાવજો. મેં કહું સારું. તો કે કેટલા માણસની? તો કે અમે 4-5 જણા આવીશું ને તમારું ફેમિલીમાં જે હોય. મેં કહું અમે 14 જણ છે, જોઈન્ટ ફેમિલી હતું એટલે. એમ કે 20 માણસની વેડવી બનાવી હતી. આ છે 1972નો પ્રસંગ. ને લગભગ મારી ઉંમર 22 વર્ષની હતી. તો બીજે દિવસે સ્વામીજી 10-10:30 પધાર્યા અમારા ઘરે. અમે 20 માણસની રસોઈ બનાવી હતી. તો તે વખતે અમદાવાદમાં ખાલી જગદીશ રામ એકલા જ નરોડાના સત્સંગી હતા. એ સ્વામીજી એમને કહ્યું હશે એટલે એ 4-5 હરિભક્તોને લઈને આવ્યા. અને સ્વામીજીની દવા ગોવિંદ પ્રસાદ વૈદની ગોમતીપુર ચાલે તો ત્યાં ખબર પડી છે તો ત્યાંથી 4-5 હરિભક્તો આવ્યા. મેં સોસાયટીમાં આજુબાજુ થોડાને કહ્યું હતું કે ભાઈ દર્શન કરવા આવજો, સ્વામિનારાયણના સંતો આવ્યા છે એટલે. તો કે ઓકે. તો એમ કરતાં કરતાં બધાને કંઈક ખબર પડી હશે તો ધીરે ધીરે બધા આવવા માંડ્યા. તો સ્વામીજી બધાને એમ કહે કે ભાઈ અહીં જમીને જ જજો. હવે 20 માણસની રસોઈ બનાવી હતી, વેડમી 20 માણસની. મારી મધર અંદર ઊંચા નીચા થાય કે આ 20 માણસની ના સાધુ બધાને જમવાનું કહે છે. મારા ફાધરને બોલા કે તો મારા ફાધર કે ચિંતા ના કરશો, આપણે પછી જમીશું ઘરના, જે આવે જમાડી દઈએ. તો નહીં માનતા હોય એ દિવસે 85-60 માણસ મારા ઘરે જમ્યા. તો બી રોટલી તો આટલી ને આટલી વધેલી. પછી મારા મધરને થઈ ગયું કે ના, આ સંતમાં સ્વામિનારાયણ ભગવાન ખુદ બિરાજમાન છે અને કંઈક આવું તો જ બને નહીં કે બને નહીં કે આ વેડમી આટલી ને આટલી વધેલી છે 60 માણસ. પછી મારા ફાધરને કહ્યું શું કરીશું? મારા ફાધર કે આપણી સોસાયટીમાં પ્રસાદીની એક આપી દઈએ બધાને તો પ્રસાદની થઈ જાય. તો 32 બંગલાની સોસાયટી, તો બધાને 32. તો બી ઘરે આવ્યા તો પાછી વધેલી. તો અમે 20 માણસ જમ્યા તો બી એમાં ઓછી તો થઈ જ નહીં. તો મારા મધરને ફિક્સ બેસી ગયું કે ના, આમાં સ્વયં સ્વામિનારાયણ ભગવાન બિરાજમાન છે. આ પહેલો સ્વામીજી અમના જોગમાં આ રીતે પહેલો લીધો. અમારો ધર્મ સ્વામિનારાયણ જ હતો, પણ આટલા ડીપમાં સ્વામીજી અમને લીધો. પછી 1990માં સ્વામીજી દિલ્હી જતા હતા. તો અમારા મંડળમાં અમદાવાદ કેવડાય કે સ્વામીજી દિલ્હી જાય છે તો જેને દર્શન કરવા હોય તો અમદાવાદ એરપોર્ટ ઉપર દર્શન માટે આવજો. તો હું સાંજે એરપોર્ટ ઉપર ગયો. સ્વામીજી એમ્બેસેડર ગાડીમાં આવ્યા અને ત્યાં ઉતર્યા એટલે મેં ચરણ સ્પર્શ કર્યા. તો સ્વામીજીએ પહેલાં જ પૂછ્યું કે બાપુજીની તબિયત કેવી છે? મારા ફાધર અહીંયા મારા ફાધર છે. મેં સ્વામીજીને પૂછ્યું કે ફાધરની તબિયત કેવી? મેં કહ્યું સારી છે, તો ઘરમાં હરે પડે. તો કે મને કે બાપુજીને રાખવા છે કે લઈ જવા છે? તો મેં તો સડનલી મારાથી બોલી ગયું કે આપ જેમાં રાજી હોય એમાં હું રાજી છું સ્વામી. તો કે હું દિલ્હીથી પાછો આવું છું ને 2 તારીખે, 2 માર્ચ, તો કે હું બાપુજીના દર્શન કરવા આવીશ. તો મેં કહ્યું સ્વામીજી આપને દર્શન કરવાના ના હોય, હું બાપુજીને લઈને સોખડા આવીશ. તો કે ના ના હું આવીશ. તો મને તો કંઈ ખબર ના પડી. 2 માર્ચે મારા ફાધર સવારે બ્રશ પરવાનીને બેઠા હતા અને ચા પીવાની ઈચ્છા થઈ. તો ચા મારી સિસ્ટરે આપી. હજુ તો 1 રકાબી ચા પીવે છે. ફાધરના બેડરૂમમાં સ્વામીજીની મૂર્તિ, એમાં પ્રકાશ થવા માટે ફાધર કે આંગળી કરીને કે સ્વામીજી મને લેવા આવ્યા. તો અમે તો આચું ના મળે. હું મારા સિસ્ટર જોવા મળે તો સ્વામીજીની મૂર્તિમાંથી સ્વયં પ્રકાશ આવતા દેખાયા. અને થોડીક વારમાં જ મારા ફાધરે આંખો બંધ કરી દીધી ને ધામમાં ગયા. તો બી અમને ખબર નહીં. પછી 15 દિવસ પછી સ્વામીજી અમદાવાદમાં નિર્ગુણ સ્વામી તે વખતે સ્નેહ મિલન રાખેલું વીઆઈપીનું. તો આવડો મોટા હોલમાં બધા હરિભક્તોને વીઆઈપી આવેલા અને હું બી દર્શન, પણ હું થોડો લેટ પહોંચ્યો. ઓલરેડી સભા ચાલુ થઈ ગયેલી. અને હું જેવો દરવાજામાં આવ્યો ને તો બધું ભરેલું હતું. એટલે દરવાજો ઉપર હતો. સ્વામીજીએ પોતાના આસનથી મને આમ હાથ કરીને બોલાવે. આમ મને ખબર ના પડે કે મને જ બોલાવે. પછી ફરી પાછા હું ચાથી હાથ કરીને આમ તારી મારી નજર સ્વામીજી જો, એટલે મને હાથ કરે એટલે હું સ્ટેજ ઉપર ગયો. સ્વામીજીના ચરણ સ્પર્શ કર્યા એટલે મને ખાવાથી આમ એકદમ ખેંચીને એમના મોં આગળ માર લઈ ગયા. મને કાન કે બાપુજી અક્ષરધામમાં બિરાજી ગયા છે, તું ચિંતા ના કરીશ. મેં કહું છું સ્વામીજી મારે શી ચિંતા કરવાની, તમે તો મારા બાપ છો. તો કે ના, આજથી તારી ચિંતા હું કરીશ, તારે ચિંતા નહીં કરવાની. એમ કરીને સ્વામીજી અત્યાર સુધી અમારે 4 પેઢીનું જતન સ્વામીજીએ કર્યું. નીરવભાઈ સર્વમ બધાનું જતન. અત્યારે ગુરુ પ્રભુ સ્વામીજી બી એટલું જ જતન કરે છે. જય સ્વામિનારાયણ.
The 2 prasangs that Bhupendra uncle described show a story of Ordkan. Ordkan meaning realization of who Swamiji is. But Ordkan is just a springboard that allows us to jump into the ocean of compassion that is Swamiji's life. So this was only the first part of a very long story. And so to share the next part of this story, I'd like to call Nirav Bhai out to continue.
સજાનંદ સ્વામી મહારાજની જય. સ્ટોરી કન્ટિન્યુ આપણે કરીએ. દાદા ધામમાં ગયા 1990માં. ત્યારે 10th બોર્ડની એક્ઝામ હતી અને એ જ ટાઈમે માર્ચ મહિનામાં ધામમાં ગયા હતા. એટલે જ્યારે 96માં મારું કોલેજનું છેલ્લું વરસ હતું અને તે વખતે બાની તબિયત થોડી નરમ ગરમ રહેતી હતી અને 96માં સ્વામીજીએ છપૈયે યાત્રામાં બધા ભક્તોને લઈને પધાર્યા હતા. તે વખતે ટ્રેનમાં બધાને ત્યાં લઈ ગયા હતા. એટલે પપ્પા છપૈયામાં સ્વામીજીને પ્રાર્થના કરે છે કે નીરવનું છેલ્લું વરસ છે, બાની આવી તબિયત રહે છે, તો આટલું જ્યારે બોલે છે ત્યાં સ્વામીજી પપ્પાનો હાથ પકડી લે છે અને પછી કહે છે કે બાને હું નીરવના મેરેજ પછી ધામમાં લઈ જઈશ. બીજું વાક્ય કહે છે કે નીરવને મારે USA લઈ જવાનો છે. અને ત્રીજું કહે છે કે આજથી એની જવાબદારી મારી. તો જેમ આગળ પણ વાત કરી કે જવાબદારી મોટા પુરુષ લે છે, પણ એનું આગળ દર્શન પણ કરાયું કે 2001માં જ્યારે USA આવવાનું થયું તો જૂન મહિનામાં અહીંયા આવ્યા હતા અને જુલાઈમાં આપણી શિબિર હતી, યુથ શિબિર હતી, પરિવાર શિબિર હતી. એટલે સ્વામીજીના દર્શન ફર્સ્ટ ટાઈમ US પધાર્યા પછી, USA આવ્યા પછી શિબિરમાં થાય છે. શિબિરમાં એક દિવસ પતી જાય છે, બીજે દિવસ સ્વામીજીનો થાળ હોય છે. એટલે અશોક અંકલને જણાવીને બોલાવે છે કે નીરવને બોલાવો, એટલે દર્શન કરવા ગયો. અને ત્યારે સ્વામીજી કહે છે કે આપણે જોબ માટે કેલિફોર્નિયા જવાનું છે. હવે આપણને એક વિચાર આવે કે હજુ મહિનો જ થયો છે, USA હજુ કંઈક USAમાં શું છે, જિયોગ્રાફી શું છે એ ખબર નથી પડી. પણ સ્વામીજી આપણો ટાઈમ ના બગડે, મારો ટાઈમ ના બગડે એ માટે એ ચિંતા કરતા હતા. એ દર્શન થયું. એથી આગળ એ ધીરે 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 મારા આત્માનું મારું જતન કરી રહ્યા હતા અને આવનાર સમયમાં બળ મળી રહે એ માટે એ એમને આજ્ઞા કરી હતી. તે વખતે તો ખબર નથી પડતી. તે વખતે તો એમ થતું હતું કે ભાઈ અત્યારે આયા છે, ક્યાં જવાનું. પણ એ પુરુષ કેવા છે કે આપણું પડે પડ જતન કરે છે, આપણી ચિંતા કરે છે. એથી આગળ પછી 2004માં 2004માં માસ્ટર પતી જાય છે એટલે દોઢ વર્ષ જોબ નથી મળતી. એટલે બીજી બધી આપણે ચાલુ કરી દઈએ કારણ કે ફેમિલીને માંથી આવે કે જોબ કંઈક કરો આ તે બધું. એટલે જોબ આપણે સ્ટોરમાં કરી, મોટલમાં કરી, એમ કરતાં કરતાં 6-8 મહિના થઈ ગયા, વરસ થઈ ગયું. પણ જે સ્વામીજી આગળ જતન કર્યું હતું એ બળ મળતું રહેતું હતું કે ભાઈ સ્વામીજી છે એટલે કંઈક ગોઠવશે, સ્વામીજી છે એટલે. ને તે વખતે આપણે સ્વામીજીની બેઝિક આજ્ઞા કે ભાઈ રેગ્યુલર સભા ભરવાની, ભગવદી સંતોનો સમાગમ કરવાનો, તો એ બળ મળતું હતું જેના પરિણામે સ્વામીજી આગળ એમનું નવું પ્લાનિંગ આવ્યું. એટલે સ્ટોરમાં જ્યાં જોબ કરતા હતા ત્યાંથી આપણને ઓફર આપી કે ભાઈ હવે તમને બધું સારું ફાઈ ગયું છે અને મારે બીજો એક સ્ટોર કરવો છે, તો તમે સ્ટોર હેન્ડલ કરજો અને ઇન્વેસ્ટમેન્ટ મારું, તમારું ચલાવવાનું. એટલે આપણને કહ્યું કે સરસ, આ તો 4 જ વર્ષમાં આપણે બિઝનેસમાં એન્ટ્રી થઈ જશે. એટલે એવા બધા વિચારોથી સાથે હતું. પણ પછી સ્વામીજી સમરમાં પધારવાના હતા એટલે આપણે મહિનામાં જ અશોક અંકલને વાત કરી કે આવું છે એટલે આપણે સ્વામીજીને પૂછીએ. તો તે વખતે એડિસન રહેતા હતા એટલે સ્વામીજી એડિસન પધાર્યા ત્યારે આખો દિવસ વિચરણ ને પધરામણીમાં સેટ ના થયું સ્વામી સાથે બેસવાનું. એટલે અશોક અંકલે કહ્યું કે આપણે હવે એટલાન્ટિક સિટી, અહીંથી સ્વામીજી પધારે છે તો એટલાન્ટિક સિટી આવો. એટલે એટલાન્ટિક સિટી પણ ગયા. એટલાન્ટિક સિટી પણ સ્વામીજીનું સ્કેડ્યુલ બધું સભા ને બધું હતું એટલે ત્યારે પણ સેટ ના થયું વાત કરવાની. એટલે પછી છેલ્લે અશોક અંકલ કે હવે આપણે પાછા એટલાન્ટિક સિટી તો એડિસન જઈએ છે તો તું ગાડીમાં જ બેસી જા. એટલે મેં કહ્યું સારું ચલો. એટલે ગાડીમાં સ્વામીજીની જ કારમાં બેસી ગયા. હવે જે ભાઈ સારથીની સેવામાં હતા એને જ પ્રપોઝલ આપણને આપ્યું હતું. હવે એની સામે જ આપણે પૂછવાનું આવ્યું. પણ ભગવાન હતા જોડે એટલે હિંમત કરીને પછી પૂછ્યું કે સ્વામીજી આવું છે અને આવું બિઝનેસની ઓપોર્ચ્યુનિટી છે તો આપણે શું કરવું. પણ સ્વામીજીએ ત્યારે પણ જે 96માં ફાધરને પપ્પાને કહ્યું હતું એનું એ દર્શન ફરીથી કરાવડાવ્યું કે સ્વામીજી કે આપણે બિઝનેસ નહીં, આપણે સ્ટોર બોર્ડ નથી ચલાવવાનો, મહારાજે આપણને માટે સરસ જોબ ગોઠવી છે, ટાઈમે ગોઠવાઈ જશે. એટલે આપણને એક ડિરેક્શન મળી ગયું કે સારું ચલો હવે આ લાઈન નથી આપણી, આપણે જોબ જ કરવાની છે. અને પછી 2005માં આપણને જોબ વર્જિનિયા મળે છે. પણ એ એમનો સંકલ્પ અને એમની કૃપા. આગળ ફાસ્ટ ફોરવર્ડમાં 2005માં એડિસન રહેતા હતા ત્યારે વાઈફના બેનનું મેરેજ થાય છે અને એમના હસબન્ડ આપણે બધા એમને ઓળખીએ છીએ, પ્રફુલ્લભાઈ પીકેભાઈ, એ યુએસએ આવે છે. એટલે અમે બધા એક જ ઘરમાં રહેતા હતા એડિસનમાં, ઓક્ટ્રી વિલેજમાં. એટલે લગ્નમાં તો ગયા નહોતા, પણ અહીંયા યુએસએ આવે છે ત્યારે જ પહેલી વખત અમે એકબીજાને મળીએ છીએ. અને સ્વામીજીનો થાળ તે વખતે એડિસન ઘરે ગોઠવાય છે. એટલે થાળ પછી અમે બધા પૂજન કરવા ફેમિલી મેમ્બર જઈએ છીએ. અને પૂજન કર્યા પછી થાળ કર્યા પછી પૂજન કરવા જઈએ છીએ. એટલે ભાઈ વારાફરતી પૂજન કર્યું. એટલે પૂજન કર્યા પછી સ્વામીજી કંઈ પણ બીજી વાત કરતાં પહેલાં એક જ અમારા બંનેઓને બેસાડીને કહે છે કે આપણે નાના મોટા પ્રસંગ બને ત્યારે આત્મીયતા છોડવાની નહીં. તો આ પુરુષ જે જવાબદારી લીધી હતી, ખાલી લૌકિક જવાબદારી નહીં કે જોબ મળી જાય, બિઝનેસ સેટ થઈ જાય, આપણું તંત્ર સેટ થઈ જાય, પણ સાથે સાથે આપણા આત્માનું પણ એટલું જ જતન કરતા હતા કે જ્યાં આપણી યાત્રા અટકી છે ત્યાંથી આગળ લઈ જવા માટેનું પણ લેસન એ પુરુષે આપણને આપ્યું છે. એટલે એક સ્વામીજીએ જે જવાબદારીની વાત કરી હતી, તો આવી આ સરસ એક સહજાનંદ બુક છે. મે 5th 1981માં જ્યારે ભગવાન સ્વામિનારાયણ દ્વિશતાબ્દી મહોત્સવ ઉજવાયો ત્યારે આ બુક સ્વામીજીએ જાતે લખેલી. પહેલી 5 આવૃત્તિ હતી, એમાંની એક બુક છે જે દાદાનો નામ સાથે સ્વામીજીએ આશીર્વાદ લખીને આ બુક આપી હતી. એના આશીર્વાદ આપણે સ્વામીજીના વાંચીશું. ઘરના સૌ મુક્તો આ ગ્રંથનો અભ્યાસ 2 વખત તો કરે જ, ભૂલે જ નહીં. શ્રાવણ માસમાં ઘરમાં રાત્રે વાંચન રાખવું. મહારાજ સૌને સર્વ પ્રકારે બળ આપી સુખિયા કરે તેવી અંતરની પ્રાર્થના. સાધુ હરિપ્રસાદના જય સ્વામિનારાયણ. તો આ 3 લીટીની આશીર્વાદમાં કેટલું બધું સમાયેલું છે કે આપણને નાની નાની આજ્ઞા કરી છે. કદાચ પાછળ વળીને ક્યારેય આપણને પૂછ્યું નથી કે આ ગ્રંથ કોઈ દિવસ વાંચ્યો. સ્વામીજી પાસે કેટલાય પ્રસંગો કે પ્રશ્નો લઈને ગયા આવીશું, પણ ક્યારે એવું નહીં પૂછ્યું કે આ ગ્રંથ વાંચ્યો. પણ છેલ્લે આશીર્વાદ પણ જે આપ્યા છે, તો એ આશીર્વાદ એમને સૌના જીવનમાં, અમારા સૌના જીવનમાં અને આપણા સૌના જીવનમાં એમને પૂરા કર્યા છે. બાકી વિચારીએ કે યુએસની ધરતી ઉપર આવ્યા હોય તો આપણું ફેમિલી પણ આપણને વિચારે નહીં કે ભાઈ હજુ હમણાં 6 મહિના એને સેટ થવા તો પછી જોબ બોબનું કરીશું. પણ સ્વામીજી મારો ટાઈમ ના બગડે, પહેલા જ મહિને કહ્યું કે આપણે કેલિફોર્નિયા જવાનું. બીજું આગળ એમનું જે વિઝન હતું એ વિઝનમાં નિમિત્ત બનાવવા આપણે શું કરવું, તો એ પણ એમને દર્શન કરાવ્યું કે સ્ટોર નહીં, આપણે જોબ કરવાની, જેથી કરીને આપણો સમય સારી જગ્યાએ સારી રીતે યુટિલાઇઝ કરી શકાય. તો એ પણ દર્શન કરાયું. અને છેલ્લે આત્માને લગતા કે આત્મીયતા જીવનમાં બેઝ રાખવાનો, ગમે તે થાય પણ જીવનમાં આત્મીયતા જો બેઝ હશે તો મોટા પુરુષ રાજી થશે. તો આ સ્વામીજી આપણને મળ્યા છે, નોટ ઓનલી ફોર આ 3 પરિવાર કે 4 જણા અહીંયા આજે શેર કરીશું, આપણા બધા માટે સ્વામીજીએ જવાબદારી લીધી છે. સ્વામીજીની એક પરાવાણીમાં સ્વામીજી કહ્યું કે મોટા પુરુષે ખૂબ જ ભોગ આપ્યો છે, પોતાનું અસ્તિત્વ મિટાવીને એને આપણા પાછળ દાખલો કર્યો છે. અને પછી કરુણાનું વાક્ય બોલતા કહે છે કે એને આપણને ગ્રહણ કર્યા છે એટલે એની જવાબદારી પૂરી કરીને રહેશે. પણ આપણે આપણા પાસે શું રાખવાનું, તો એ સ્વામીજી કહે કે વિશ્વાસ. આપણને સૌને સ્વામીજી, કદાચ સ્વામીજીના દર્શન કોઈએ નહીં કર્યા હોય તો આપણને સ્વામીજીએ મોટી કૃપા કરી દીધી, ગુરુહરિની ગોદમાં બેસાડી દીધા. અને એ જ ગુરુહરિ આપણું પણ જતન આજે એવું જ કરી રહ્યા છે. બસ આપણે એ વિશ્વાસ સાથે જીવીએ, એ જ પ્રાર્થના.
So far, we've heard 6 or 7 prasangs. Those 7 or 8 prasangs, how many ever it was, cover 3 generations. There's Ravji Bhai, there's Bhupendra uncle, and there's Nirav Bhai. And across those 3 generations, there's about 40 years worth of Swamiji's dakro. During that same amount of time, Swamiji was giving this same love to so many other people, and we're seeing just one chapter of that. But the story does not end here. I think the last prasang that Nirav Bhai shared, the most recent one, was from 2005. And so now we're in 2026. And so to pick up the thread of where that story left off, I'd like to call Sarvam Bhai on stage to finish the chapter.
Sajanan Swami Maharaj Nijay. March 24, 2010, where it all started. I was born on that day, and in a span of 4 months, I was given the name Sarvam. And even in July of 2010, Swamiji was here, and I got to do Divine Sparsh of Swamiji. Every single year, 2011, 2012, 2013, Swamiji came every single year to Virginia, Maryland to give all of us darshan. 2014, હું તો કેવળ રમકડા સાથે રમતો હતો. પણ સ્વામીજીએ મને ગિફ્ટમાં આત્મીય વિદ્યા મંદિર આપી દીધું. કેવી રીતે? તો it was morning puja during, he was in Maryland, and Swamiji was doing puja, and I was on the side playing with these construction toys. So growing up, I was a very playful kid, so Santos came to me, and Santos told me that આપણે આ ટોયસ છોડી દો થોડી વાર અને સ્વામીજીને પ્રાર્થના કરો કે મારે આત્મીય વિદ્યા મંદિર જવું છે. So I didn't know what Atmiya Vidya Mandir was during that time or why I should go to Atmiya Vidya Mandir. But સંતોએ કીધું હતું ને, so growing up મને એવું શીખવાડ્યું કે સંતો કે સ્વામીજી એમાં આપણે બુદ્ધિ નહીં લગાવવાની. So as soon as Swamiji's puja ended, I went to Swamiji. I prayed to him કે સ્વામીજી મારે આત્મીય વિદ્યા મંદિર જવું છે. As soon as he heard those 3 words, Atmiya Vidya Mandir, he got so happy he hugged me. You could see an instant smile on his face. And that gave me the motivation to go to Atmiya Vidya Mandir. So I went to Atmiya Vidya Mandir in 2016. You know, there were a lot of factors to it. You know, staying over here from parents at the age of 6, you know, living 2-3 continents away. You know, it's not easy, but you know, I wanted to see Swamiji happy. I wanted to make him proud because as soon as he heard those 3 words, Atmiya Vidya Mandir, you could see how happy he was. So every single year, I went to Haridham during vacations, and Swamiji used to ask me about my grades, how I was AVM. And in 2018, Swamiji asked me about my grades. So I told him કે મને ઇંગ્લિશમાં B+ છે. You could clearly see that Swamiji isn't mad at me at all. He isn't even angry. એ ઉલટાનો પ્રેમ આપે છે. He tells me કે આપણે વધારે મહેનત કરવાની. આપણે ટીચરનું માથું ખાઈ લેવાનું. And the most important line he told me was all A's, no B's. This line is still stuck with me to even this day. Whenever I get something below an A, I think of Swamiji first. Would he be happy with this grade? No, he wouldn't be. So I want to work hard every single day to please him, to get that A, just so Swamiji could be happy. So all these years, Swamiji had been with me. And in 2021, as we all know, Swamiji left his physical body. This left me with a lot of burning questions in my mind. Who's going to take care of me? Who's going to answer all my questions? Who's going to ask me my grades? And I had a lot of questions, and no one was there to answer. So in 2023, when I came back from AVM, Prabhu Swamiji was in Virginia at our house, and Prabhu Swamiji was upstairs in his room. So it was during afternoon, I went upstairs to his room, and I instantly started crying. And I told him કે મારી પ્રાર્થના કોઈ સાંભળતું નથી. સ્વામીજી ગયા પછી મારું કોણ? All these questions I told Prabhu Swamiji while I was crying. With his own gataryu, he wiped my tears. He put his hand on me and told me, આપણે એવું કોઈ દિવસ વિચારવાનું નહીં. સ્વામીજી આપણી સાથે જ છે. સ્વામીજી ગયા કશે જ નથી. From that, I knew that Swamiji, within Prabhu Swamiji, મારા પ્રશ્નનો જવાબ આપી રહ્યા હતા. That Swamiji and Prabhu Swamiji have never left my hand. They've always been there for me. Often when I'm in success, when we're in success, I tend to forget Swamiji. ઓછી ધૂન થતી હશે. But when in difficult situations, I come mandir probably more often. I do extra bhajan. And Swamiji doesn't look at all that. Prabhu Swamiji doesn't look at all that. કે આને આજે ઓછું ભજન કર્યું, કાલે એને આવું બધું કરી દઈશ. એવું નથી. સ્વામીજી એમનો લવ ઓછો નથી થયો. Swamiji and Prabhu Swami still loved me, still cared for me, still guided for me. And આ બધા સિચ્યુએશનમાં મૂકનાર એ જ છે. Because he's the all-doer. સજાન સ્વામી મહારાજની જય.
આજના દિવસે પ્રભુ મારી એક જ પ્રાર્થના આજના દિવસે પ્રભુ મારી એક જ પ્રાર્થના તારું કરતાપણું મના તું ही અખંડ થાય તારું કરતાપણું મના તું ही અખંડ થાય આજના દિવસે પ્રભુ.
I know we saw the video in the back. What happened in this video was that Sarvambhai prayed to Swamiji, ke mane Akshar Brahm banavjo. And then Surad Swami, next to Sarvambhai, said, Tame ko ke das na das banavjo. So Swamiji said, Das na das ma badu avi gayu. And if we look at what we've just heard, I've lost count of the amount of prasangs that we've heard from this family. But we've seen 4 different generations of the same family over about 50 years of Swamiji's Dakro. We've seen Orkhan, we've seen Jatan, and we've seen Hu Jode Chu, that Swamiji is always with us. And more importantly than all of that, we've seen what can grow in a house that Swamiji calls his own. Sarvambhai, who's sitting in the middle, is 16 years old. I know while he was speaking, he mentioned extra bhajan. And the reason why he said that is because Sarvambhai lives in a house right behind the mandir. Every single day, he walks by himself to mandir and does 30 minutes of bhajan by himself. This is the type of youth that can grow in a house that Swamiji has taken as his own for over 50 years. So I know the family has one prarthana to make on behalf of all of them. So I'd like to give that opportunity to Nirav Bhai right now.
આપણે બધા એક સાથે ભજનની લાઈન ગઈએ પ્રાર્થના સ્વરૂપે. અમે તો તારું સર્જન છીએ તું છે અમારો સર્જનહાર તારું ભૂલકું બનાવજે અમને પ્રાર્થીએ તવ ચરણોમાં સદાય પ્રાર્થી તવ ચરણોમાં સદાય. સ્વામીજી આપણને 55 years આપ્યા. 55 years ટાઈમ 365 કરીએ કદાચ 20,000ની આસપાસ થાય. પણ સ્વામીજીએ 20,000 નહીં, મોર દેન 100,000 યુથને પરિવારની જવાબદારી લીધી. એમની નાના નાના પ્રશ્નો સાંભળ્યા, એમને પ્રેમ આપ્યો અને એમનું જતન કર્યું અને છેલ્લે ગુરુ હરિપ્રબોધ સ્વામીજીની ગોદમાં બેસાડી દીધા. તો આપણે કેટલા ભાગ્યશાળી છે. તો સ્વામીજી આપે કરુણા કરીને અમને સૌને ગ્રહણ કર્યા, આપે કરુણા કરીને ગુરુહરિની ગોદ આપી, કરુણાએ કરીને આપે અમને આવો આત્મીય સમાજમાં બેસવા મળ્યું. તો અમારી ફરજ, અમારી ડ્યુટી એટલી જ છે કે આપે જે કર્યું છે અને આપ જે આ તંત્ર થકી કરાવવા માગો છો એમાં આપને સાથ આપી દઈએ, આપના બળે આપને રાજી કરી શકીએ. એ જ પ્રાર્થના સજાનંદ સ્વામી મહારાજ.
Please give one more big hand for this family. I know the topic of today's sabha is Atmiyata, And maybe the greatest darshan of Swamiji's Atmiyata is in how he uplifted others. When we look at flames, lamps, anytime we light a match and we light something else with it, something else lights on fire, but the match stays lit. It never gives enough energy that it puts itself out. And the same is true of all of us. I think everyone is willing to help those around them, but only to the extent that we don't end up hurting ourselves. Swamiji was a little bit different. He spent his entire life converting blood, sweat, and tears into happy youths. His entire life was spent behind youths like Samanvay, behind youths like Neeravbhai, and Vadila like Bhupendra uncle. Swamiji was such that if he was a lamp, not only was he willing to let others glow, he was willing to extinguish himself so that they could grow just a little bit brighter. And so I'd like to conclude this chapter by saying thank you for listening. This is just one more chapter of the lamp that lit 1,000 lives. Sajanand Swami Maharaj.
All right, how's everyone doing? Good? Wow, what a segment. Let's take a moment and just think about what we just witnessed. Guru Hari Swamiji and Guru Hari Prabodh Swamiji, they nurtured not one, not two, not three, but 4 generations of a single family. Think about that. How rare is that? We'd be lucky if we had 1 or 2 friends that were with us from our youth all the way to the end. Swamiji was there for each and every one of them, going to their level and pushing them forward. That was Swamiji. How did Swamiji do that? What was his style? What was his way? Swamiji was different, and the way he did that was very unique. He created such strong bonds with us, with this family, and not only this family, but families across India, families across America, families across the world, individuals across the world. Whether you spoke Gujarati or not, whether you were Swaminarayan or not, whether you were Indian or not, there were no barriers for Swamiji. Swamiji just loved. And Swamiji's communication style was very unique. Swamiji is Swamiji. And with that, we want to learn more about Swamiji. So let's welcome Shivam in the next segment, Mara Swamiji.
Mara Swamiji, Mara Swamiji, Mera Swamiji, Mara Swamiji, Mara Swamiji, Mara Swamiji, Mara Swamiji, Mara Swamiji.
Let's think of the world's most powerful CEOs. Not just someone who owns a company. The very few, the very rare at the very top. The ones that moved the global market. Their names carried weight and power. Their presence changed the room. Their decisions moved the global market. They were called when everything depended on getting it right. The impossible situations. The moment they walked into the room, they became the solutions. Now stop. Has everyone thought of one such CEO? Okay. Now, imagine walking up to one of them with a trivial problem. Trivial? How trivial? Imagine walking up to Elon Musk, asking him to fix the radio in your car. Or imagine walking up to the CEO of JP Morgan, who moves billions of dollars every single day, asking him for help to split your $50 dinner bill. Would they even take the call? And even if they did, would they even personally spend any single moment to solve something that small? Probably not. Because greatness in this world does not bow down to the small things. But then there was Mara Swamiji, Guru Hari Prasad Swamiji Maharaj. CEO is a worldly title. It carries weight only because people have considered it. But Swamiji was all different. Swamiji's way of connecting with everyone was completely different. Swamiji said something that was way beyond this world. Swamiji said 3 words that could connect with anyone. Let's hear them.
My dear land, Swami Narayana.
My dear friend. That was Swamiji's way. My dear friend was something way beyond this human life. Swamiji considered us in the smallest of the smallest things. Small? How small? Once, a young kid called Sugnesh was living in Mumbai. Swamiji had come to the US when Sugnesh Bhai was young. Swamiji had come here for his Videsh Dharma Yatra, Vichran, a yatra that entails meeting thousands of devotees, endless sabhas and continuous Vichran, a yatra that revolved around countless Vichran and continuous travel across cities, countries and time zones. And among all of that, Swamiji called one small child in India, young Sugnesh Bhai, and asks him, "What do you want from the US? What should I bring for you?" Sugnesh Bhai in innocence asks Swamiji, "Swamiji, bring me an engine train." In those days, battery-powered trains were very special for children. You inserted cells in the train and it began running on the tracks. Time passed. Swamiji completed his entire Vichran and came back to Mumbai. A huge Guru Purnima Sabha had been organized in Mumbai. Thousands of devotees had gathered for Swamiji's darshan. And among that massive divine crowd, Swamiji sees Sugnesh Bhai, and before Sugnesh Bhai even asks, Swamiji says, "Hu tari train laine avyo chu, ha? I have brought your train from the US." And Swamiji did not just stop there. He had personally brought that train in his car to the Samanvay site. And after the Samanvay was done, Swamiji called his secretary, Ashok Bhai, and asked him to hand over that train to Sugnesh Bhai. Let's just think. When Sugnesh Bhai, Swamiji had gathered at the Guru Purnima Samanvay site. Thousands of devotees had gathered there. But Swamiji personally remembered something small, a small wish of a child. And Swamiji personally carried that train all the way until he could hand over that to Sugnesh Bhai. And because of Swamiji's profound love, and only because of Swamiji's profound love, in today's world, Sugnesh Bhai has dedicated his complete life to serve Swamiji as a Saishnu. And we proudly know Sugnesh Bhai as Dr. Surat Bhai. A true saint is beyond the worldly and materialistic transactions and materialistic relationships. Swamiji that day did not just brought Surat Bhai a toy. He brought him a divine assurance, an assurance that connected with people, an assurance that had a name. 3 words that Swamiji said, "My dear friend." He said, my dear friend, to everyone that came in his contact, the small, the old, and the people with any background and any caste. Those 3 words were not just 3 words of the English language. They were a divine commitment backed by Swamiji's entire life. When Swamiji said my, he considered us to be his own. When Swamiji said dear, he loved us unconditionally. And when Swamiji said friend, despite who he was, supreme of the supreme, he chose to come down to our level to connect with us and to be our friend and to stand beside us eternally. Swamiji said, my dear friend, to everyone. An instant of that coming forward is once a father had brought his son for Swamiji's darshan. The kid had strange colored spiked hair, a hairstyle that the older generation did not approve of. The boy was worried. Everyone criticized that boy because of his hairstyle, due to which his father had become upset. And eventually the boy had lost the bond with his father. When they came before Swamiji, even the father was worried as to what will Swamiji think. But when Swamiji saw the boy first, he said, my dear friend, how are you? And then Swamiji gently placed his hand through the boy's hair and said, I really like your hair. One simple sentence and the boy's pain vanished. Even the father was left astonished. The same hairstyle that became the reason for criticism became the reason why Swamiji connected with that kid. My dear friends, 3 words. Swamiji used that 3 words to build a friendship in just 2 seconds that would have otherwise taken years to form. After that, Swamiji again placed his hand through the boy's hair and said, can I tell you something? The boy said, yes, please tell me. Swamiji said, you look very handsome in this hairstyle. The boy was filled with joy at that moment. And then Swamiji said, can I suggest you something? Swamiji had the power to command. Yet here he was asking someone to give a suggestion. The boy said, yes, please. And then Swamiji said, would you do as I say? The boy said, yes, yes, please tell me. I'll do whatever you say. After showering the boy with love, Swamiji said, if you keep a more traditional hairstyle, you would look even better. And at that very evening, the boy got a haircut. No pressure, no force, no lectures. Just acceptance and divine love. An unconditional love. Swamiji was once asked as to why. Swamiji, why? Why do you call everyone my dear friend? And Swamiji said, મિત્ર માટે મરે તે મિત્ર. એવી આપણી મિત્રતા થાય એના માટે my dear friend કહું છું. But to what extent? Once a youth filled with despair had appeared before Swamiji. As many youths today, he was worried about his future and life. What will happen in the future? How will everything work out? Will I ever settle peacefully in life? The boy was drowned in deep despair. Swamiji listened to that boy very carefully and compassionately. And after he was done, Swamiji gave him a divine assurance that no ordinary person on this earth could ever give. Swamiji said, તારે સેટ થવા માટે મારે વેચાઈ જવું પડશે તો હું વેચાઈ જઈશ. તું ચિંતા ના કરીશ. For you to become settled and happy in life, if I have to sell myself, then I will sell myself. You just don't worry. Swamiji's my dear friend said that I see you, but I accept you as you are, with your flaws, with your past, and with your mistakes. As you are still my dear friend. God comes on this earth with a mission. And Swamiji, when Swamiji came to the US in 1985, someone asked Swamiji, as to Swamiji, what is your mission on this earth? Swamiji replied in one simple term, Atmiyata. My dear friend was a part of Swamiji's mission of Atmiyata. 3 words, I repeat, 3 words, my dear friend. But to the child, they said, I am yours and I will never forget you. The same 3 words, my dear friend. To the son, they said, I see you and I accept you as you are. And the same 3 words, my dear friend. To the youth, they assured that I'm ready to give up anything in my life so that you become settled and so that you don't have to worry. And maybe because of that, today we just don't call Swamiji. We say Mara Swamiji. Because somewhere along the line, we have realized that through those 3 words, Swamiji did not just say those 3 words. Swamiji lived those 3 words over and over and over again. Swamiji, you gave us a divine call through my dear friend and considered us all as yours. Now it is my and our turn to live a life so that we can call you my dear Swamiji.
Let's give it up for Samanvay one more time. Mara Swamiji. How many of us here feel that Swamiji is mine? Raise your hand. Let's count. Keep your hands raised. 1, 2, 3. It's everyone. Every single one of us feels that Swamiji is mine. We have a private connection with Swamiji. How is that possible? Swamiji made that possible with just 3 words. My dear friend. Incredible. That is Swamiji's Atmiyata. In that bond, that is the diamond. That is the diamond that is forever. That once Swamiji connects with you, it's forever. When Swamiji connects with you, it's forever. That no matter where you go, Swamiji is there with you. That is Swamiji's Atmiyata. Now, Atmiyata is such that when life is good, it's very easy. It's almost like you're sailing, where you can enjoy the waves. It's very fun. But what happens when the waves tip you over and things are not so smooth? What happens when life throws you a curveball and your friends don't agree with what you're saying? Or your life becomes very tense and you're in a pressurized situation? What happens then? That's when Atmiyata becomes very difficult. We're going to play a video and let's see a prasang that has happened.
AJ, get over here, man. Yo, check out this new phone, dude. How much you get it, bro? Bro, it's like $700. You don't even know.
For real, bro?
It's sick.
Exactly, bro.
I'm telling you, you gotta get one. You gotta get one.
I'm broke,
it's worth
bro.
it. It's got a great camera.
Yeah, I'm broke.
But it's okay. You'll get one day.
I'll get one day, yeah.
You'll get one day, bro.
Hey, do you know who that is? Bansi bhai?
Oh yeah, he's pretty good distance. You think I can make this shot?
Yes.
You want to try?
Okay.
You don't even know.
This is probably the first best iPhone, like the best iPhone after Steve Jobs.
I'm telling you, bro, it's one of
Oh.
That was
The
close.
far.
Let me try another one.
Bro, it's got to be the best phone out there, hands down.
That was closer.
Yeah.
I think I made this last one. Yeah.
Make it accurate.
Nothing else like
We're gonna watch NHL on
Not
this shit,
even.
bro. Oh.
But what was the sound?
What sound? Oh, I think he dropped his
Oh.
phone.
Yo, what happened, bro? You broke the screen. Who the heck did this, bro? You gotta get your $700, bro. You get the $700.
That's okay, man.
What do you mean it's okay? Your parents are gonna kill you, bro.
It's okay.
$700. Oh my god.
Okay.
I'm
Don't
broke.
worry about it. Don't worry. It's okay, man.
Oh my god. It's like the
It's
iPhone,
okay.
bro. It's not even a cheap Android, bro. What happened? You get your money,
okay.
bro.
It's okay.
Yeah, who did this?
It's
Who
okay.
did this?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't.
Yo, what do you
It's all
mean, bro?
good. Don't even worry. It's all good.
$800.
Don't worry.
You
Don't
give him the
worry.
money, bro. You
It's
take
okay.
your money,
It's
bro.
okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Oh, what do you mean?
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
You ain't broke.
It's all
Are you
good.
sure?
I'm good. It's good. It's good. Don't worry. We're good.
1 week later.
Wonder who this is.
જય
Jai
સ્વામિનારાયણ.
Samanvay. કેવું છે?
બસ મજામાં.
Good?
હા બસ.
There we go. Come. પાણી આપું?
No, that's okay. Hey, I was here to talk about that NFL draft this year.
For fantasy?
Yeah.
Yep. What about it?
So I need to draft defense this year.
Okay. Defense is a little difficult. We don't usually do it often, but I got you. I'm ready. And also, Cam Newton. This year, this is his year.
Okay. I'll make the note on that one. And the other day that I was hit the phone you were holding, here's a check. This is enough to replace the phone, so you could get a new phone.
No.
Yeah.
I don't. We're good. I already told you.
But
I don't need it.
But I hit the phone, so I
No,
have
but
to,
we're good. It's okay.
But it's my mistake.
How about this? If you was your older brother, would you pay him to replace his phone?
Why would I pay him? He's my brother.
Exactly, right? So think of me as your older brother. Don't worry, right? We're both children of Swamiji, right? So we're family. I'm your older brother. Don't even worry about this.
I mean, I want you to get a new phone, so I'm just gonna leave that here.
Hey, Swamiji. What should I do? I don't think he's ready to accept that I don't want the check. Oh, maybe I should just take the check and not cash it. And I think that's a win-win. Fine. Take the check. Don't worry about it.
Make sure you use it because I'll check my bank.
Don't worry. I'll make use of it. It's okay.
Okay?
Yep.
I'll check that again.
No worries. Let's.
And then we'll talk about
We'll talk about
fantasy.
football. Yeah.
Yep.
Cool.
मूल कदी ना चुकवाए प्रभु तारी आत्मीयता ना धोधमा ते सहूने झबोळ्या स्वामी सहूने झबोळ्या मूल कदी ना चुकवाए.
This wrestling happened back in 2015. We used to attend Rutgers Sabha, and after Rutgers Sabha, we used to spend some time together, playing, doing random things, video games. And that day, I decided to test my skills a little bit. I wanted to throw this football and see if I could hit Bansi Bhai. He had just gotten a new phone. And a few attempts later, I nailed him, and I was very excited. But quickly I learned that I had destroyed his phone. His phone skid across the entire floor, and we both walked to the phone to look at it. And I remember still to this moment, to this day, Bansi Bhai looked at the phone and I looked at the phone, and we just stared. And I was in shock, and I can't imagine what Bansi Bhai was feeling. And he picked it up, and he went and he sat back down in the same chair he was, and he continued to use it. And there was a big fat crack on it. And I'm like, Bunsey, you can't use the phone anymore. He's like, it's working. It's good, look. It's working. I'm like, Bunsey, stop. It's cracked. I'll get you a new phone. He's like, why? It's working. It's great. I'm like, stop, man. Just stop. I'm going to get you a new phone, all right? So the next day I wrote this check and I gave it to him. And it's been 11 years since this prasang happened. And Bunsey Bhai still to this day has not deposited that check. That's Bunsey Bhai's atmiyata. $700, $800. He didn't let that affect our friendship. Years of friendship or $800. I think from this moment on is when our friendship grew even stronger. Our bond became even stronger. They became like diamonds. It's atmiyata that bonds all of us forever. Atmiyata that bonds us forever. Where did Bunsey Bhai get the inspiration to live like this? It's from Swamiji. We looked at Swamiji's life and many prasangs. He's not inspired just one yuvak, not two, not three, but all of us in this room, all of us across this country, all of us around this world, to live united, to live as one, that we are one. We are one. We are one. And that is the way that Swamiji lived. That together we can enjoy life to the fullest, to the biggest anand that there is. Atmiyata at the source. With that, diamonds are forever. It's this Atmiya Samaj that Swamiji has created. That all of us, anywhere we go in this world, that we find a Hari Bhagat, he treats us as if that we are his own and that we are one. Anywhere in this world that we accept and they will accept us. And that gift is a diamond forever. Atmiya Samaj is something that we can't find anywhere. You can't go to any store. It's just something that we're blessed with. And because he selected us, we're in this Samaj forever. With that, to learn more about the Atmiya Samaj, let's call upon Parikshit Bhai to share more on this topic.
આવી અક્ષરધામથી અવની પર જે દેહ ધારી રહ્યા આપ્યા સુખ અપાર ભક્ત જનને દિલે ધરીને દયા કીધા ચારુ ચરિત્ર ગાન કરવા જેને કરુણા કરી વંદુ મંગલ મૂર્તિ ઉરધરી સર્વોપરી શ્રી હરિ જેના દિવ્ય સુદિવ્ય જે ચરિતમાં વિલસી હરિ તો રહ્યા સંબંધે થઈ શૂન્ય જે વિચરતા દાસત્વ ધારી રહ્યા આપે અક્ષર સુખ ભક્તજનને સુહૃદ બની સર્વદા એવા સ્વામી પ્રબોધ દાસ ગુરુને ભૂલકા સહુ સેવતા. સજાનંદ સ્વામી મહારાજની જય. હરિપ્રસાદ સ્વામી મહારાજની જય. પ્રગટ ગુરુ હરિ પ્રબોધ જીવન સ્વામી મહારાજની જય જય જય. આત્મીયતા એકચ્યુઅલી અંદરથી એવું કીધું છે કે 40 મિનિટનો ટાઈમ છે એમ, એનાથી વધારે ના લેતા એમ, કારણ કે બધાને ભૂખ લાગી હોય એમ, એટલે પછી અહીંયા મોટું ઘડિયાળ મૂકી આપ્યું છે. પણ આજનો ટોપિક એવો છે, અમારે જ્યાં વર્જિનિયા મંડળવાળાને બધાને ટેન્શન થઈ ગયું કે માપે માપે રાખજો, નીકળવાનું છે પાછું. ના, ખરેખર એવું નથી. 2-3 પ્રસંગની જ આપણે વાત કરવી છે. પણ ટાઈમની વાત એટલા માટે કરી કારણ કે જ્યારે આત્મીયતા આવે ત્યારે સ્વામીજી યાદ આવે. અને આત્મીયતા શબ્દ એવો છે કે ગઈકાલે ખાલી ગૂગલમાં એવું નાખ્યું હતું, અત્યારે આજકાલ આપણે બધું એઆઈમાં બહુ ધ્યાન રાખીએ છીએ, એટલે આપણે પણ ગૂગલને પૂછ્યું, સિમ્પલ ક્વેશ્ચન પૂછ્યો, વોટ ઇઝ આત્મીયતા? સ્વામીજીએ જીવન પર્યંત સમજાયું છે, પણ માનસિક સંતુલન એવું હોય કે ગૂગલમાં પૂછીએ કે એ બધામાં પૂછીએ તો એમાં પર આપણને વિશ્વાસ થોડો વધારે આવે એમ, એટલે પૂછ્યું ખાલી. એકદમ સિમ્પલ વાત કરી છે. આત્મીયતા ઇઝ સંસ્કૃત ઓરિજિન ટર્મ, ટ્રાન્સલેટ્સ ટુ ઇન્ટિમસી, અ સેન્સ ઓફ બિલોંગિંગ, એફિનિટી ઓર શેર્ડ કમ્પેશન. અને એના પછી એ લોકોએ નીચે મૂક્યું છે જે ફીડ્સ છે એમાં, કે એમાં કોણ કોણ અત્યારે કમ્યુનિટી લેડ એક્સપિરિયન્સીસ યુઝ કરે છે. એમાં સૌથી પહેલું નામ આવ્યું છે NIHનું, નેશનલ ઇન્સ્ટિટ્યૂટ ઓફ હેલ્થ. એ આત્મીયતા કમ્યુનિટી લેડ ઇન્ટરવેન્શન કરીને એક પ્રોગ્રામ કરી રહ્યા છે અત્યારે. સેકન્ડ ઇઝ વર્લ્ડ હેલ્થ ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશન. એ પણ એના ઉપર તપાસ કરી રહ્યા છે કે આત્મીયતાથી એવું તો શું થાય છે. અને થર્ડ છે IAMHRF, મેન્ટલ હેલ્થ ટ્રીટમેન્ટ. બહુ મોટી સંસ્થા છે મેન્ટલ હેલ્થ ટ્રીટમેન્ટ. એમાં એ લોકો તપાસ કરી રહ્યા છે કે આત્મીયતા વર્ડ જે છે એ આત્મીયતા વર્ડ અને એનો એક્સપિરિયન્સ કઈ રીતે યુઝ થાય કે જેને લઈને જે માનસિક રોગથી પણ પીડાતા હોય, ભેગા મળીને જીવવું ને આનંદ કરવો, એ સ્વામીજી લગભગ 41 વર્ષ પહેલાં કહેતા હશે, એ લોકો અત્યારે પ્રયોગ કરવાનો પ્રયત્ન કરે છે. અગેન આત્મીયતા યાદ આવે એટલે આપણે 2-3 પ્રસંગની વાત કરીશું. પરાકાષ્ઠા એ પ્રસંગને કહેવાય કે જ્યારે ફર્સ્ટ ગ્રેડમાં આત્મીય વિદ્યા મંદિરમાં ભણતો 2 દીકરાઓ, એ લોકોનું ફર્સ્ટ ટાઈમ એડમિશન સ્કૂલમાં થયું હતું. અને સ્કૂલમાંથી એ લોકોને બહાર પિકનિકમાં કે એવું કંઈક આનંદ કરવા જવાનો એક સુહૃદ સ્વામીજીએ એવું કંઈક પ્લાન કર્યો હશે. એટલે સુહૃદ સ્વામીજીને આપણે સૌ જાણીએ છીએ, ફ્રેન્ડ છે. એટલે બધાને પૂછે, બધા નાના નાના દીકરાઓ ભૂલકાઓને પૂછે કે બહાર જઈને આપણે શું કરીશું. એ બધાએ કીધું કે મજા કરીશું, આનંદ કરીશું, એન્જોય કરીશું, ધમાલ કરીશું, મસ્તી કરીશું, સ્પોર્ટ્સ રમીશું. 2 દીકરાઓ, એ જે 2 દીકરાઓના નવા એડમિશન થયા હતા, એ લોકો સત્સંગી હતા. અને એમને ખાલી સુરત સ્વામીજીને 2 હાથ જોડીને એટલી જ પ્રાર્થના કરી કે અમે લોકો બધા ભેગા થઈને બહાર જઈએ છીએ સ્વામીજી, તમે કે સ્વામી દાદાના ચરણોમાં ખાલી એટલી પ્રાર્થના કરજો કે અમે જ્યારે પાછા આવીએ ત્યારે આત્મીય થઈને પાછા આવીએ. હવે ધીસ વેર ધ કિડ્સ કે જે લોકો ફર્સ્ટ ગ્રેડમાં એમને એડમિશન લીધું હતું. અને આ જે સિંચન છે, જે હમણાં નીરવભાઈએ વાત કરી, ભૂપેન્દ્ર અંકલે વાત કરી, જે આજનો ટોપિક છે આત્મીયતા, સ્વામીજીએ મોટા પુરુષો આ ધરતી ઉપર જ્યારે અવતરણ કરે ત્યારે 10% વાત કરે, પણ બાકીનું 90% એ લોકોના જીવનમાં જીવીને બતાવે. એટલા બધા પ્રસંગો છે, અઢળક પ્રસંગો છે સ્વામીજીના, અઢળક પ્રસંગો છે ગુરુહરિના. અને એવા આત્મીય સમાજ, હમણાં આપણા હોસ્ટ સેવકો બધા જે વાત કરતા હતા, આત્મીય સમાજ સ્વામીજી અને ગુરુહરિએ કેવો તૈયાર કર્યો છે, કેવું સર્જન કર્યું છે. એ લોકો આ રીતે જીવ્યા હશે તારે આપણે સૌ અત્યારે જે બધા ભેગા બેઠા છીએ, આપણામાં કંઈક એની કૂપળ ફૂટી હશે. પહેલાં એક જમાનો હતો કે કોઈને આપણે સભામાં લઈ જવા માટે રાઈડ આપવી હોય તો એમાં પણ એક આત્મીય સમાજનું દર્શન થતું હતું. ટુડે ઇઝ ધ ડે 2026, કોઈને રાઈડ આપવાની હોય કે કોઈને ગ્રોસરીમાં લઈ જવાના હોય કે કોઈ દીકરાઓ એરપોર્ટ ઉપર લેન્ડ થતા હોય અને એમને રહેવાની જગ્યા ના હોય તો એમને 2-4 દિવસ આપણા પોતાના ઘરે રાખવાના હોય, કોકની જોડે અહીંયાનું કરિયર કે લાઈફ સ્ટાર્ટ કરવા માટે કોઈક પૈસા ના હોય અને આપણે કંઈક આપવાનું હોય, હવે આ બધી વસ્તુઓની તો વાત જ નથી થતી. એ વાત એટલા માટે નથી થતી કારણ કે આ બધું હવે ગ્રાન્ટેડ લેવામાં આવ્યું છે કે સ્વામીજીના સમાજવાળા હશે કે હરિપ્રબોધમ સમાજવાળા હશે. એક વખત ભક્તિ સ્વામીજીએ આ પ્રસંગની વાત કરી હતી કે સ્વામીજી કઈ રીતે ઓળખાતા હતા કે જ્યારે બરોડા આપણે સોખડાથી જ્યારે પસાર થતા હોઈએ અને જ્યારે આપણો મંદિરનો ધ્વજ દેખાય, કળશ દેખાય હાઈવે ઉપરથી, એટલે બધા ગાડીમાં બેઠા હોય તો કે આ આપણે અહીંયા સ્વામીજી અહીંયા છે, સોખડાવાળા સ્વામીજી. એટલે ગાડીમાંથી એ રીતની વાત થાય એમ કે પેલા આત્મીયતાવાળાને એમ એ સ્વામીજીએ આ રીતનું સમાજનું દર્શન સ્વામીજીએ 90% એમની લાઈફમાં કરીને બતાવ્યું છે. એક વખત 4 ભાઈઓ હતા અને પિસઈ મંડળના હતા. તો 4 ભાઈઓ સત્સંગી હતા અને સ્વામીજી એમનું દર્શન કરાવે છે કે તમે 4 જણા આત્મીયતાની એક ઇમ્પોર્ટન્સ શું છે એ સ્વામીજી વાત કરતા હતા એમને. અને જે આપણો પેલો ભેગા મળીને રહેવાના આનંદની જે વાત હતી એ આ પ્રસંગમાં વાત છે. એટલે 4 ભાઈઓ સેવા કરે, ફાઇનાન્શિયલ સેવા કરે, તને મને ધને સર્વાંગી સેવા કરે. પણ જ્યારે સ્વામીજી એમનું દર્શન કરાવે છે ત્યારે સ્વામીજી કહે છે કે તમે 4 જણા સેવા કરો બધું બરોબર, પણ હજી 4 જણા ભેગા મળીને આત્મીયતાથી જીવી નથી શકતા. એટલે એ લોકો 4 જણા મોટા કાર્ય કરતા હતા અને 4 જણા ભેગા થઈને પ્રાર્થના કરવા ગયા હતા કે મંડળમાં દેશકાળ બધા ઘણા છે તો આપ ભળો. તો સ્વામીજી કહે છે કે તમે લોકો 4 જણા ખાલી સંકલ્પ કરો, 4 ભાઈઓ, કે ભેગા મળીને જીવવાનો, આત્મીયતાથી જીવવાનો સંકલ્પ કરો. તો એકલા પીસાઈમાં નહીં પણ આજુબાજુમાં 10 ગામડા હશે ને, એ 10 ગામડાના પણ દેશકાળ ભગવાન સ્વામિનારાયણ સારા કરી કાઢશે. આત્મીયતાની આટલી બધી વેલ્યુ છે. સ્વામીજીએ એ 4 ભાઈને વાત કરતા કહ્યું હતું. પછી આ પ્રસંગ તો ખૂબ લાંબો છે પણ એ લોકોએ આ રીતે સ્વામીજીએ કીધું હતું એ જીવવાનું શરૂઆત કરી અને આજુબાજુના ગામમાં અમુક પ્રકારના જે પ્રોબ્લેમ્સ ને બધું હતું એ બધું એનું સમાધાન થઈ ગયું. કહેવાનું વાત એ છે કે યુવકો મારું સર્વસ્વ છે એ પણ આપણે સૌ જાણીએ છીએ. સ્વામીજીનું સૂત્ર, સ્વામીજી યુવકો માટે એમનો દેહ ન્યોછાવર કરતા હતા. પણ દીકરાઓ માટે પણ કેવું, એક દીકરાને જ્યારે બ્લડ કેન્સર ડિટેક્ટ થાય છે એ જ્યારે બરોડા ડૉક્ટરને ત્યાં પહોંચે છે એ પહેલાં સ્વામીજી પહોંચી જાય છે અને સ્વામીજી કહે છે જ્યારે એ દીકરાને બ્લડની જરૂર હોય છે ત્યારે સ્વામીજી, આપણે પ્રસંગ આ કદાચ બધાએ સાંભળ્યો હશે કાં તો આવી લાઈન સાંભળી હશે કે સ્વામીજી ડૉક્ટરને એમ કહે છે કે ભાઈ મારામાંથી બ્લડ લઈ લો, તમારે જે બ્લડ ગ્રુપ જોઈતું હશે એ તમને મળી જશે. એટલે સ્વામીજી આપણે જે પહેલાં વાત કરીને કે 10% વાત હોય, 90% જીવે આ લોકો, આ પુરુષો. જો જીવે નહીં તો આપણે સૌ જે પાપા પગલી ભરવાનો પ્રયત્ન કરીએ છીએ એ આપણે સૌ ના ભરી શકીએ. સ્વામીજીનું, ગુરુહરિનું, સ્વામીજીનું તો જીવન આપણે સૌએ જોયું પણ ગુરુહરિનું પણ જીવન સેમ ટુ સેમ જીવન. 50-55 વર્ષથી આપણે ગુરુહરિને કદાચ હરિધામની ધરતી ઉપર જોયા હોય તો એમની અંદરો અંદર આત્મીયતા સંતો માટેની કે સ્વામીજી માટેની, જ્યારે પણ એમના દર્શન કરવા માટે જાઓ ત્યારે સૌ પ્રથમ આપણને વાત કરે કે તમારા પ્રાદેશિક સંતના દર્શન થયા જ્યાંથી પણ જતા હો, અને ત્યારબાદ પ્રશ્નોનું સમાધાન સૌ પ્રથમ તમારે સ્વામીજીના દર્શન કરવા માટે આપણે જઈએ અને ત્યારબાદ સ્વામીજી ગુરુહરિ આપણને કહે કે તમારે દર્શન થયા હોય સ્વામીજીના પછી આપણે વાત કરીએ. તો એક સેન્સમાં જોવા જઈએ તો આત્મીયતાનું દર્શન છે. 55 years, 50 years, 52 વર્ષથી જે કોઈ પણ રીતે કેવળ ને કેવળ સ્વામીજી, પ્રાદેશિક સંતો, ઠાકોરજી, ભગવાન જેને ગુરુહરિ આગળ રાખે એ એક આત્મીયતા છે. કેનેડાનો એક પ્રસંગ છે નાનકડો. જ્યારે ગુરુહરિ કેનેડાની ધરતી ઉપર પધાર્યા હતા ત્યારે આત્મીયતા માટેની એક સરસ વાત કરી હતી. સ્વામીજીએ જીવન પર્યંત વાત કરી કે આત્મીય થઈને જીવવાનું છે, પણ ગુરુહરિએ એક 7 પોઈન્ટની વાત કરી. આપણે 7 પોઈન્ટ ડિટેલ્સમાં નથી જવું, પણ એ 7 પોઈન્ટની વાત કરી કે આપણને આત્મીય થવામાં શું નડતું હોય છે. એ બહુ સરસ વાત કરી હતી. ગુરુહરિ કહેતા કે આપણને 7 વસ્તુનું વિઘ્ન આવે છે. એ કયા કયા? કોણ, ક્યારે, કેમ, પણ, શું, તું અને પછી. એટલે ગુરુહરિએ પછી કેનેડાની ધરતી ઉપર સૌ વડીલ હરિભક્તોને કીધું કે જો આ 7 વસ્તુ જીવનમાંથી નીકળી જાય એટલે કેવળ ને કેવળ સ્વીકાર જ રહે. સ્વીકાર કહેતા કે શું? આત્મીયતાની પછી ડેફિનેશન ગુરુહરિએ આપી કે જે સૌથી પહેલાં નમે એ આત્મીય અને એ બધાને ગમે. એટલે આ ગુરુહરિનું જીવન છે. ગુરુહરિને આપણે જોયા છે. સૌથી પહેલાં નમવાની વાત કે દાસત્વની વાત કરીએ તો ગુરુહરિની ઇદમ સ્મૃતિ આપણને સૌને થઈ આવે. તો શુભ અને મંગલકારી દિવસ આપણે સૌ ભેગા થયા છે. અમારા મંડળના 1-2 પ્રસંગો છે, પણ જેમ આપણે આગળ વાત કરી એમ કે આ બધી કક્ષાથી તો ભગવાને આપણને સૌને પર કરી દીધા છે. કદાચ અમુક બધા જાણતા હશે, અમારા મંડળમાં એક યુવક છે પાવકભાઈ કરીને. તે હમણાં એ વોશિંગ્ટન DC રહે છે. એમને હમણાં બાઇક ચલાવતા હતા તો કંઈક આગળ ગાડી ઊભી રહી ગઈ અને એમનાથી બ્રેક નહીં વાગી હોય એટલે બાઇક ના અથડાય એટલે એમનો કંઈક આગળ હાથ ધરી દીધો તો હાથમાં 2-3 ક્રેક પડી ગઈ એમ. તો એ એકલા જ છે, વોશિંગ્ટન DC રહે છે અને આપણે બધા થોડાક અંદર નોર્ધન વર્જિનિયાની સાઈડ બધા રહે છે. પણ સમાજ એ રીતનો રેડી, સ્વામીજીએ જે આપણે આત્મીયતાનું જે સિંચન કરેલું છે દીકરાઓમાં, ત્યાં નજીકના એરિયામાં બધા દીકરાઓ છે. તો એક દિવસ એક દીકરો એમને મળવા ગયો, બીજા દિવસે સેકન્ડ દીકરો એમને મળવા ગયો, થર્ડ દીકરા જે આપણા અમરીશ ભગત છે એમને મળવા ગયા અને એમને ખાવાનું આપી આવ્યા. એટલે આ બધી વસ્તુની જે આપણે વાત કરીએ, કદાચ અહીંયા બેઠેલા દરેક મંડળમાં આવા જે પ્રસંગો હશે તો આ તો હવે ટુ બી ગ્રાન્ટેડ છે કે આ વસ્તુ, આ સેવા તો થાય જ. પણ બીજો એક પ્રસંગ છે કે જે સદભાવવાળા છે. સદભાવે નહીં, એમને આપણો સત્સંગ શું છે એ ખબર નથી. અમારા મંડળમાં જીગરભાઈ કરીને અમરીશ હરિભગત છે, તો એમના એક ફ્રેન્ડ છે અને એમનો દીકરો છે, એમને કંઈક BMW ચલાવતા હતા બહુ સ્પીડમાં અને હી ઇઝ નાવ 15 or 17, પણ જીવન પર્યંત એમનો એટલો ખરાબ એક્સિડન્ટ થયો છે કે જીવન પર્યંત બેડમાં જ એમને રહેવું પડશે અને એકના એક જ દીકરા છે. તો ઓફકોર્સ મા બાપને ટેન્શન છે. તો અમે 2 જણા વાત કરતા હતા. મને કે આપણે એક વસ્તુ કરીએ એમ કે સ્વામીજી કહેતા કે આપણે ધૂન કરીએ અને બોલ્યા શ્રી હરિ રે. તો કે અઠવાડિયામાં 3-4 દિવસ આપણે એવું પરીક્ષિતભાઈ ચાલુ કરીએ કે એમને ત્યાં આપણે ધૂન કરવા જઈએ અને બોલ્યા શ્રી હરિ કરી 10-15 મિનિટમાં આપણે પાછા આવી જઈએ. એટલે મને પોતાને સરપ્રાઈઝ તો નહીં, પણ એવું થયું કે કેવા સમાજની વચ્ચે બેસાડ્યા છે સ્વામીજી એમ કે જેમને સ્વામિનારાયણનો કદાચ સહી નહીં ખબર હોય, એ લોકો હિન્દી ભાષી છે, એ લોકો સભામાં નથી આવ્યા કે એ લોકોએ ગુરુહરિના દર્શન પણ નથી કર્યા હજી, કે હજી એવા કોઈ આપણા ઉત્સવમાં પણ નથી આવ્યા. પણ આજે અદ્ભુત દિવસે આપણે સૌ ભેગા થયા છે ત્યારે સ્વામીજી અને ગુરુહરિના ચરણોમાં એક જ પ્રાર્થના કરવી છે કે આવો આત્મીય સમાજ, અને ગુરુહરિની ચરણોમાં પ્રાર્થના એ કરવી છે કે આવા બધા વિઘ્નો જો મને નડતા હોય તો એ વિઘ્નોમાંથી વહેલા પાર પાડો. એ જ આજના દિવસે પ્રાર્થના. સજાનંદ સ્વામી મહારાજની જય.
What a night. Hungry? Yeah, me too. We started with a pencil and a diamond, and we learned that they're made up of the same element, but different characteristics. Completely different bonds. And everything after that was all about the bond, Atmiyata. We learned about Prabhudas Bai and how he didn't want to eat alone. or wear a new shirt. We learned about how Swamiji gave an agna to Meghbhai. We learned how Swamiji touched 4 generations. We learned how Swamiji used just 3 words to connect and establish that bond with each and every one of us. And we learned about the Atmiya Samaj that Swamiji has given us. Before we wrap up, just a few takeaways that we want to cover. The first one, that when we take the time to care about others without being asked, we develop an unbreakable bond of Atmiyata that can support us in our most difficult moments. The second, to win an argument is to lose the person. We win a point, but we break a bond. The third, Swamiji ignited the flame of Atmiyata within all of us. With the words, "My dear friend," he created a bond that spanned generations, countries, and families. And fourth, આપણે આત્મીયતાથી જીવવાનો સંકલ્પ કરીએ તો મોટા પુરુષ બધી પરિસ્થિતિ સાનુકૂળ કરી દે. Now, just a few announcements. Our next SYM is going to be on June 20th, so we'd like you to please come. It's going to be a very, very special SYM, so please take note of it. June 20th, please come, and with all your friends as well. On June 16th, we are going to have the Swagat Sabha in Edison in the presence of Guru Hari Prabhu Swamiji. That is our lineup for June. And in July into August, our once every year event, the grand event, Sudam Parivar Shibir. That is July 30th, 31st, August 1st, and August 2nd, a 4-day Shibir for us. Now, as we get to Aarti, if you had a birthday in this month, in the month of May, please, we would sincerely request you to join for Aarti. Please come towards Thakurji and participate in the Aarti. And if you've come from very far, please feel free to come downstairs to join for dinner. Dinner has started, and you have the option of attending the evening Aarti later on afterwards. Otherwise, thank you all for coming. This was a very, very special SYM. Sajanan Swami Maharajni Jai.
Here we come, young and strong, hearts united, we belong. Himmat se, hausle se, aage baadhe apni raah pe. No fear, no doubt, we break through. Har mushkil ka hal hai tu. Stay